Hey yo, what's up? I'm already fucking drunk. I've already went through like half this fucking bottle before we even started recording, so I'm already kind of saucy.
I want to my baby bottle.
So
Oh yeah,
you didn't hit record until just now.
yeah. So we would like to introduce.
So
We would like to introduce a guest.
you didn't hit record until just now, did you?
No, dude, we were recording the whole time. I mean, we recorded when I said three, two, one, let's go, and we started. So we're recording now.
No, but I'm talking about the previous stuff that we were talking about because I feel like it'd be an easier transition to just go from that to that. Like,
Oh
not
no
go
no no
three,
no!
two, one, go.
I
Let's start
just
again.
I
Let's keep
just
starting.
I just did it that time. So now we're actually at the clock. We're at
Oh,
44
Oh,
seconds.
baby.
great. Okay, so we have that's Victor. He's some guy that we know, and he's a podcaster. He claims to know Sam Hyde. So where do you know him from?
Oh, I used to party with Sam Hyde a lot. We would smoke cigarettes, and well, yeah, we'd smoke cigarettes and just talk about shit. And our favorite video or our favorite YouTuber was How to Basic, and that's kind of where we really started to kind of throw down ideas. And uh,
This is some real scandalous stuff here.
what's
And
that? What?
he's purporting himself as like a drug-free, kind of straight edge kind of guy, and you're saying he's smoking cigarettes. I don't know if that's a good role model.
No, he was smoking cigarettes, and we were drinking like natural ice,
So he lied.
Bud,
He's a liar.
Bud Ice. Yeah, he's a complete liar.
Wow. I knew it. Anyway,
Yeah,
continue.
yeah. Anyway, so we were friends for for years, and then but as his star began to ascend to higher and higher heights, and he had a great deal of my material that he had taken for himself and was making great videos, but he wasn't allowing me into the fold of the actual production of the videos and the editing bay, or he wouldn't even allow me to be in the videos. And that's kind of where the falling out. Well, actually, that's exactly why we fell out, and we're not friends
He
anymore.
stole your ideas, your babies.
Yeah, he took my notebooks, he took my rap journal with all my gangsters raps.
Those are your babies.
Why
He
would he
Yeah,
do
stole
those
your
were
that? Why
babies.
would
Oh
he do
my
that?
god.
because I had the hot stuff, and that's
Well, what's an example of your hottest thing?
that thing where he paints his face black and talks like he does like the Dindu stuff, and then he actually puts a Kleenex up his
Oh,
nose to broaden and flatten his nose,
oh,
and then
that's
he
yours.
all that's me.
That all belongs to you, blackface.
Yeah, you remember the one where he had a it was like a it was like bargain bin lip injections, and what they did is they put a cup around his mouth, and they put wasps in there that were agitated, and they stung his lips until he looked like a fucking like a duck.
Like a little samba boy.
Well, I wouldn't say that. Come on, we don't let's not use the hard O.
Well, that's a clinical term.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, then yeah, use the hard O then.
Samba. Well, what's the easier way to say it? Samba?
Sam.
Just Sam?
Yeah, oh Sam,
Yeah, yeah,
as in Sam Hyde.
yeah,
Sambo
monosyllabic.
Hyde.
Yeah.
Sambo Hyde. Yeah, and
That's
actually that was
actually why he's so successful. Is because he only has one syllable in his name. That's why. So people don't have to type in two syllables when they get past the first syllable. They're like, oh, well, the first name's already done, so just one more syllable to go, and that's why they like. He's efficient. His comedy's efficient. But you're claiming he stole some of your masterpieces for his own repertoire, and that's a pretty high claim to make. But
yeah.
I would like a link to this video that you claim to have invented.
That was one that was taken down because it was just a little bit too. That was he took it down right before.
Wait, what is it called? I could pull it up.
Well, he
It's
took it down, so there's
well,
no way to check.
it
There's
was
no way to
called
confirm.
the Adventures of Sambo Hyde.
The Adventures of
Look it up.
Sambo
There's
Hyde.
likely to be a wiki. You know how his
Yeah.
fans are dedicated like that.
What the? Oh no! Oops. Did you hear that? That was my alarm.
I rewatched that documentary earlier, not the iDubbbz one, but the one that he did before to preempt iDubbbz because he knew iDubbbz was going to punk him. So he was like, well, if I do this and make it seem like
All I found was like the story of little black Sambo.
that's a
It's like
classic.
it's like
It's up there with Huckleberry Finn. It's an American classic.
Yeah, that was yeah,
The
Mr.
little
Jim
black
and
boy with the umbrella and the tiger. Yo, that sounds like a direct rip off of the story of Little Babaji.
well, I ripped that story off, and then he ripped that story off from me. I mean, my interpretation,
So
and then he
you
made it
ripped
into
it off. You ripped it off the story. I can't believe you know the story of Little Babaji. Like I did not. I did not. I did not know anyone
No,
else
he's
knew
talking
about
about
that.
Little Simba, I think. His homage.
That's
well, yeah, I
awesome,
mean,
dude.
well, I read Little Babaji when I was 3.
The fucking tiger that span around so fast he turned into literal butter. Like, bro, that's brutal.
I've never heard of that. The hell is that?
It's a children's
Yeah,
book.
yeah,
Sounds
I did a whole
disturbing.
rap album based on Babaji.
Dude, we're cultured children, okay? We've had enough adults in our lives to care about us enough to
What?
read
Who?
us
You
the
and me?
classics. No, me and Victor, because he knows about the story of Little Babaji,
You don't
which
even
means
know Victor. This is your first time meeting
yo,
him.
but the fact that he knows about Little Babaji means when he was a little child, there was a human in his life, an adult,
Well, I
probably
could
a
have just
woman,
claimed to know that. I could have just been like, oh yeah, that.
but you didn't know about Little Babaji.
Yeah, I did. I was lying to make it seem
Damn.
like I
So
was.
then you're
That's
one of
how I
us
act
then.
humble.
You're a man of culture. You know about Little Babaji.
I know
Little
about
Holy
everything.
G.
Just give me like 20 minutes to look it up and, I mean, confirm that
It's
this
a
is
really,
indeed what
it's
you're
a
talking
really a children's book, dude. Like you just, it'll take one read through. Like,
about. So what's the age range for that book?
like 6 to 10.
And you're still referencing it now as a 30-year-old.
Dude, he just referenced it in the story of Little Black Sambo, and I knew right away from the imagery it was ripping off of the Little Babaji because I see the tiger and the fucking ethnic boy and the umbrella. That's kind of, that's
No,
kind.
he didn't rip it out. There was no homage. Ripping it out? No. That's
No,
kind
all
of
right. I
what
should.
wanted.
Fine, we could go with that. I noticed the homage
He was
right
honoring
away. Yeah. He was honoring it.
Yeah,
history.
I don't mean to disparage your work of homage.
so yes, Sambo Hyde and myself, we loved that, and we would read it back and forth. We would go from paragraph to
Quick
paragraph. So
question.
I'd read a paragraph.
Yo,
If
what's
you,
funny is the
no,
story of.
If you were to be asked about you, would he say that he remembers you,
Oh,
Victor?
he would completely deny my existence. He has no idea who I am. That's what he would say.
I
But
have the same relationship with Chris Rock.
Yo, Kane would do the same shit. No. I'm saying Kane would do the same shit. In the event
He
he
always
becomes,
denies
if Kane
that he
became
knows
famous,
me.
I would go up to Kane. I'd be like, "Yo, Kane, I got a baby. I got a baby mama, and like I'm working. Times are a little rough. Could you give me like $1 million?" And he'd be like, "I'm sorry, who are you again?" And I'd be like, "Come on, Kane, don't be like
I
that."
need to know you to give you $1 million. If I knew your name beforehand, even if you're like a greeter at a store that I just walked out of, you just ran after me, hey, I just met you, can I have $1 million? I would have given it to you, but that's my policy, so
But I met you before you made $1 million.
I have to see your name tag first, at least.
But I did meet you. I did meet you before you made $1 million.
I guess I forgot. I meet a lot of people. I don't know.
I want
maybe
your money. Give me some money.
You just didn't stand out to me, I guess. It's all theoretical money.
You know what, Kane? If I made a lot of money and you came and asked me for a little bit of it, I'll be like, I'll give you $1 million as soon as you get one job. You could quit the day after
See,
I
the
give you
thing
the
is,
money.
like
I don't
rich
care.
people, it seems like they hoard their money so much. Like if you look at like Elon Musk's expenditure, well, he's not a good example. He just bought Twitter on a whim, but like Twitter still has a good expenditure. But like, I think rich people they get rich because they don't spend their money on frivolous things like that. Like imagine like Jeff Bezos, like his best friend from childhood comes up to him and he's like a beggar. He's a leper. He's missing arms and legs, and he's like, "You remember me, Bobby? From the old town." And he's like, yes. And then he appeals to him and says, like, please, like, I'm down on my luck and I need just $1
Holy,
million. And
holy
then Jeff
shit, dude.
Bezos,
When
Jeff
Elon,
Bezos would not give him that $1 million because that's how rich people get richer.
when Elon Musk pulled out of the Twitter deal, Trump's SPAC for his own little bullshit social media platform surged in the stock market.
What
They're
was
like,
that?
what?
What?
No. I'm saying like ever since Elon Musk, like the news hit of him like pulling out of the Twitter deal, Trump's own, basically the stock in Trump's social media platform surged. Like Trump has his own Twitter now,
I don't know about he pulled out. That's not my Elon. Elon doesn't pull out. He's a Chad. He goes all the way to the end. He finishes. That's George
Wait,
Carlin, by the way.
what's the Trump? I forgot the name of that. What is the name of that right wing social
Twitter.
media?
It's right wing Twitter. Yeah, pretty much. That's what it is, and it surged after Elon Musk like dipped out of it.
What would you typify us as, wing-wise? Would it be right wing or left wing or center wing?
I don't know. I thought it was kind of more lefty because if you say the wrong thing or if you criticize a person who once looked at a transgender, then you actually get banned for life. That's my impression of that's the things that I've heard. I keep talking about it. Oh,
No, I'm talking about
someone said
us. Like, who are we?
oh, who are we? Oh,
Yeah, me and Chris.
yeah.
What are we?
I'm definitely I'm far radical left, and that's also part of why Sambo Hyde and I don't get along.
Mm.
I think I'm far radical left too, dude. I'm a straight up domestic terrorist. And
I'm gay.
and you're not conservative if you're a domestic terrorist, all right?
I don't know
What does it take to be a domestic terrorist?
exactly.
First of all, you need radical ideas, then you need a manifesto, then you need a plan, and then you need an execution, and you got to kill some people.
That's rather specific. I was about to say my upstairs neighbors are domestic terrorists,
But
but
they're not.
now they have to have manifestos and shit.
They're domestic abusers. There's a difference.
They're abusing my ears.
The truth is, I've never done an act of domestic terrorism in my life, but the FBI thinks that I'm capable, and therefore they've branded me as a domestic terrorist. At
How
least
do you
enough
know
so.
that?
They deleted my fucking Facebook account, man.
What?
And they sent you a message saying it's because you're a domestic terrorist.
No, Facebook sent me an email saying, yo, I am sorry, but we sent your whole profile information to the FBI, and we're only telling you because it's part of our policy to do so. And that's all we're going to tell you. And before I knew it, like a couple of days to a week later, I had FBI agents show. First of all, my account got permanently deleted. Like, I couldn't even recover it. Then, like, I was like, all right, I'll just make a new one. And then FBI agents showed up to my fucking place and they started asking me about my Facebook
Show
post.
us this letter of yours. I want to see this.
The email? I probably still have it.
Yeah.
Tell us about the FBI interaction.
All right, it was 3 agents. Well, this is what happened. It was on a Friday, and I was at work, right? Yo, what the fuck
Right.
was that noise? Who just fucked their mic up?
Pain in the brain.
Kane, come on.
What?
What did you just do?
I shifted my position.
Mic
Alright.
drop.
All right, well, anyway.
Sorry.
So these
Shifted my weight a little bit.
So I was at work on a Friday, and then you know I had a pretty regular day. Then I was on my way back home from work, and at the time I still took the bus, and I got a phone call, and you know it was a regular cell number, but from out of state. So I picked up, and the guy was an FBI agent, right? And he was like, "Yeah, I just needed to talk to you," and right away I straight up like cut him off, and I was like, "Is this about posts I made on social media, namely Facebook?" And then he was like, are you at your place right now? And I was like, no, I actually was at work all day, but I'll be home soon. I will see you there if you just wait for me. And they were like, yeah, we'll wait for you. So, you know, I get to my apartment and I was
That was bullshit, by the way.
It's not bullshit though.
How did that happen? That doesn't happen. That's never happened.
I could literally point to you to another
To
person.
anyone.
Yo. Do you know Nikki Schaefer?
No, who's that?
All right, Nikki
Facebook person.
You know Nikki Schaefer, Vic.
Not well, but I keep seeing the name pop up.
Yeah, so Nikki Schaefer also had that happen to her. And it's like, I also know one other person, I just don't remember their name. But it does happen to people, and it's if you make like certain kind of posts in the wrong place at the wrong time. And I get it. I get why you have to follow up on that, because every single one of these like mass shooters, for example, made
Well,
social
usually they
media
give you the
posts.
cited posts that trigger the red flags.
And my cited post did trigger a red flag. You want me to tell
Which
you what
was?
So I posted in this group of like 10,000 people. I still admin it. It's called Ideas, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I made a post in this group. It's basically said, here's an idea. What if we plan and coordinate a domestic terrorist attack on the next Burning Man festival? Question mark. And like,
Oh, boy.
I was the admin, so no one deleted it. But right away, it got like
No,
flagged.
see, this is why it doesn't make sense. Why would they want to sabotage an attack on Burning Man? The FBI hates Burning Man.
No, are you kidding? Do you know how many congressmen's daughters, senators' kids go to Burning Man?
It's
Or
just-
They
that's all
embarrassed
those
the
kids.
family. The royal families are embarrassed by their
No, dude, it's
serious
not like
activities
that.
there.
Like, no, dude, trust me. Like, Burning Man is a high-profile place where politicians' kids go. Like, they have
I'm
to
aware
follow
of
up.
Burning Man.
They have to follow up on it. Like, I was stupid. Like, I didn't think. I thought it was just Burning Man was coming up at the time, and I was like, this is a pretty relevant post. But I didn't think like, yeah, Burning Man is actually the most like high profile event when it comes to like who's who of who shows
Is it really
up.
that stupid though? I mean, you didn't really incur any consequences. Like, what happened?
I got my whole
just-
fucking account deleted. Like I had like 1,500 friends that I actually built relationships with, and I it just all like I don't even remember everyone, but I would remember them. If
Facebook is like, you can't recover this account. Like, even though we've talked
Nah,
with you,
it's
like, they sent FBI agents.
It's gone. Like they revoked everything.
I feel you. Yeah, I got mine revoked too, and my Instagram because it was linked.
Yeah, it
And
sucks.
yeah,
Man.
that
It's
was, it was a big blow. I had over 1,000 followers. I was feeling locally famous for a little bit.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It's not a good feeling. But you know, like at the same time, like I feel good. Like it wasn't a bad. It's not. I'm not doing badly because of it. Like I think I'm doing a lot better off than if that never happened. Like it feels good to have to start
That's a
over
cope.
again.
That's a cope. Because I've been through this myself, you know. Yeah, I was
Alright,
like,
if
no,
you say
it's
so.
because I get to start.
You know
new.
what? You know what?
I get a clean slate.
You will never know because like when I had that old account, I knew the type of shit I was up to. It was very different. Like I was the one going all like you said so yourself. You found out that I was friends with all those people in those chats for like 10 years plus. You know, like I've partied with them.
Yeah.
Like I've met up with strangers on the internet before. I've seen and done.
I was
some
like, wow,
fucked
I
up
didn't know
shit.
you were this pathetic.
I'm sorry, dude. Like I have internet friends and real friends too. I want to make you both, by the way.
I feel
Make
like
people what?
my friends are always fleeting on the internet. And like once I figure out who they are, it's just like, why even talk?
Yeah, but
A lot of people they plateau. They stop learning things.
But
and
I'm
they're
a
like,
different sort of friend because I don't ask much of you. I don't ask of you commitment. I don't ask of you anything. All I think of it
"Eh, the
is
VMs are a little bit much sometimes.
I don't give a shit. I mean, so what? I show affection. But the real honest truth is if you think you're my friend, then you're my friend. That's really all it comes down to.
And that's the same standards that Kane holds.
No, it isn't.
No, Kane, you're kind of like a really warm, fuzzy guy who also believes that if a person
No.
thinks that they're your friend, like Psyob or even me or Chris Komodo, that
Well, as
We're
warm
not
and
all your
loving and
friends.
tender as I am towards all races and colors and creeds and all iterations of
But you're
people,
never
and this is
mean.
well known by
You're
everybody who
never.
knows me.
Actually, wait. I was gonna say you're never really mean to a person specifically unless they ask for it. But you do really just go off on people completely
I'm not mean
unprompted.
to people. I'm mean towards their presentation, which a lot of people like to equate to themselves. They're like, "You're hurting me. You're attacking me." It's like,
But
no, I'm
I
attacking your
mean,
word.
think about what they're dealing with in their regular lives. You know, like they got to go to work and shit. They're dealing with work shit and life shit, and then here you come attacking their presentation. Like, don't you think they'll take that personally?
It's called a critique. I'm helping them. And they don't appreciate my help. I'm giving
Yeah,
them help
but
for free.
but not everyone is smart enough to realize how helpful critique is. You know.
So helpful. I critiqued Gwen earlier by saying, cool, this is a dumb, stupid post and doesn't make any sense. And then she just gave me like a 2-paragraph long response saying like, oh, well, look at this delicate, this genius. It can't
Wow,
be
you know what's
bothered by my
funny?
posts."
I said something so nice and like heartfelt, and like all I got was a heart react. Like I was like, I listened to the little voice in my heart, and all she gave me was a heart react. But here you come being an asshole, and she gives you like
You
a
gave her a
whole.
hacky answer. You gave her Stranger Things.
It's true. I did because it was. You know what? The way I saw it in my mind, I was like, this is a stupid fucking post, so it deserves a stupid fucking answer.
You're like,
Wait,
how could
wait.
this go wrong?
what
Yeah,
horror
this
is
was
he
like
talking
Stranger
about?
She's not a whore. She's actually she settled down with a retired porn star, and
So
Oh,
you have
wait,
to
I know.
invoke
Okay,
the
I know.
imagery of Finn Wolfhard whenever you make a reference to a woman.
Wait, you don't have to tell me who she is, but tell me who her porn star husband is.
I don't know. I asked. She wouldn't tell me. She wouldn't divulge that much to me about him.
Oh.
That would
Peter
be-
North.
The imagination runs rampant. You know, like you're like, who could it be? Who is this stud? And it's definitely some like dude that's been in like a couple of amateur films. It was like, yeah, I'm a porn star.
Right, and all
Dude,
the all the
posts about
male
him in
porn stars
roast.
have done gay shit. They've all done gay porn.
Like whenever
Every
she,
single one of them.
whenever she talks about him, it's like she's always like goes into in-depth detail of the dimensions of his dick, saying like, I've been ruined by his penis. I can no longer come from any other object inserted into me because I've just been molded.
Now, would
Like
this
your pussy
be
is a cast, it's like a cast resin mold.
Wait, so you actually, Kane, you must know who this actor is, so just tell us.
Yeah, who is this
I'd
guy?
say it's who is it? I was just talking to him the other day. His name is Johnny Sins. That's who it is. Yeah,
How do you spell
That's
it?
Wait,
Johnny Sins.
Ronnie or
is he?
Johnny?
That's how you pronounce it. Johnny.
Johnny Sims?
He's not retired.
He's
I know him.
semi-retired.
I follow
Yeah,
his
dude,
work.
I know his work.
Like he occasionally comes back for her special, her debut, and like I wonder if he's ever fucked Mia Khalifa. Those are the only two porn star names I know. Like I get weirded out, and people are actually like identifying porn stars by like their
No,
jokes.
you know what? You
They're
know
like,
what it
oh,
is?
that's definitely Mia's pussy.
I
I'm
think
like,
in
how do you know that?
I think in America, identifying porn stars is like identifying WWE shit. You know, it's like, oh yeah, that's Brock Lesnar in the UFC right now. You know, like that's
And
that's
they're
that
of
porn
equal
star
validity.
dude. And you know what? Like the UFC fighters end up in porn a lot of the times because the UFC is a fucking scam. They fuck over their fighters like so often.
So is that why all male porn stars are ugly? We're all just bald, muscular, aging, and just, like previous steroid users, so their muscles are like sagging down to their pecs are down by their navel.
I think that would be a badass story arc though, like for a character who's like a mad ill fucking porn star, but also a really successful UFC fighter. Like he's got the fight and the fuck down like Pat. Like that would be sick. Sex and violence.
That's a good life.
Yeah,
Like
right?
Serbian film. Have you seen Serbian film?
No, I
Yeah.
have not. I don't want to.
Oh, you got to see it because it's more or less what you just described.
The guy who's the ultimate at fucking and fighting.
He skull
Yeah.
fucks a guy and kills him.
Wait, have you seen? Have you not? Have you seen it, Kane? I know Chris hasn't.
Yeah, he fucks a baby. It's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. Newborn porn. Newborn porn.
Oh shit. But the problem
Yeah.
is, it's like
It's humorous. I feel like the movie was trying to like scare me. And I was
But
like,
it's so,
what the fuck
but
is
yeah,
this?
yeah, that's the thing, right? It's because they have so much more to work with in terms of technology and set design. Like they can make production seem that much more realistic. Like it's the kind of plot that would make sense in a movie from the 80s. You know, like some slaughterhouse, grindhouse flick or some shit, some
Why
exploitation.
you never saw the movie? Why are you speaking as if you've seen it? Like there's no CGI. It's all like physical
Because
effects.
it got a lot of spoilers. People were talking about it. It made a sensation. So, like, I knew everything that was going to
I
happen.
also saw movies.
Almost.
I also saw movies like it. Like, did you ever see like Human Centipede 2 specifically?
Yeah, that's a gnarly one for sure. Real gnarly.
Yeah, that
Even
was good.
gnarlier.
South Park made an episode about it. That's how you know it's normie.
No, you got to give South Park more credit. They have good taste.
No, I love South Park. I was being sarcastic.
No, it was more
Kate-
than sarcastic. It was a double layered sarcasm where like I know it's actually
Oh, sure.
highbrow
Well, yeah.
despite presenting
By all
itself as
means.
lowbrow.
Ascribe more layers to it if you want.
Yes, you're such a
Makes me
multifaceted, layered fucking critique slash
There's so many sides to me.
commentator. Yeah.
So many modes, yeah. What were you saying,
Kane,
Victor?
Kane, if let's say you lined up maybe 10 women that you were attracted to and you made passes at, and these women rejected you, and how you would normally be is you would hate these women. Would you then be completely ecstatic if you were also a scientist and you had them all captured and then turned them into a human centipede?
Well, I'm asexual, so this doesn't apply to me.
What do you mean you're asexual?
I don't have sex.
Yeah, but
That doesn't
why
mean
have
you're asexual. It just means you're
I'm
abstaining.
no, I'm an asexual also. Yeah, that's why.
You're just abstaining.
Yeah, because I'm asexual.
No, you've had sex before and you've enjoyed it, right?
Yeah, take it or leave it.
Take it or no? Come on.
It's like standing while masturbating. I could just be laying down. The fuck?
So if a sex bot was an option, would you get one?
Yeah. I mean, why not? Eventually. I mean, if it's available, if I have the money for it, then why not? Just have it in the closet.
Yo, Incendium makes a really
guests,
good
come on.
case study for it.
What, who?
Incendium.
I don't know if it's a case study. More so him just brushing her hair and autistically looking away from the camera.
But he did fuck
and
it.
saying,
I
this is a $5,000 sex bot. Just trying to imitate Jerry Seinfeld to like no avail.
But he still fucks it.
Wait,
Well, yeah, allegedly.
Jerry Seinfeld has a sex bot?
No, there's this YouTuber named Incendium, and he's just I'm just gonna link you to him, dude. Like he's an awesome dude.
Hey, I'm trying to think about
Incendium is
that.
actually Jerry Seinfeld.
There's a game that we used to play all the time. Me and my friends, back in our 20s and our 30s. But I can't remember the name of it. Actually, played it. I started playing it as a teenager, and it just kind of kept on
Shit.
going on for 25 years. Where it's called like the soggy biscuit.
How old are you?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm 48.
Damn. You old.
Oh, come on, that's not that old.
Dose.
You're the one who's always telling
You
me,
an
yo,
old.
talking about how old isn't old.
Shit.
I'm
old.
shit years old. Shit.
He old years old. Shit. No, I went
He
old years old.
He old though.
He on that old kush.
He got that old ass dick game, dog.
He on that old day shit.
Man,
What were you
for real.
saying?
Yo, guys,
Oh,
what do you think about my business idea?
No, he was in the middle of a
I love
story.
it. I love it.
All right. No, keep going.
What's
Wait,
your
I'm
idea?
sorry. No, keep going, Vic. What were you talking about before?
I only got one serious question I'm gonna ask y'all, motherfuckers. Man, okay, for white people though, they give their kids Play-Doh. Now, what they give black kids though?
Damn.
For
That's
real though.
Shit.
Shit, man, I'm old years old for
This
real.
nigga correct.
Yo, you remind me.
Wise to the
You
world.
remind me of the long lost member of the Beastie Boys.
Oh yeah, I used to hang out with those guys all the time.
I bet you did.
With them, we used to play the Soggy Biscuit. That's what I was telling you. The game with the like everyone. It's like it's a group of your friends. You masturbate, and the last person to jizz has to eat the baguette or the French loaf that came in. And I actually, I'm gonna tell you what, guys, I would lose on purpose.
Why?
Well, because I brought my own hot sauce.
Yeah, but there's cum on it.
Well, exactly. But I'm gay.
Yeah, but gay guys don't like cum. Neither do women.
Think again, buddy. We're like fucking bio mayonnaise. We love it. We love to make our own, and we love
Look,
to
this is a
consume.
radical left podcast. We can't abide all of these little stereotypes about gay people greedily lapping up fountains of cum that are arcing over their lips. Now,
Wait,
see
what?
that's it.
I wouldn't say
he's saying that all
stereotypes.
gay people like no, like cum
Yeah,
is just kind of gross. I mean,
all gays. Every single gay that I've ever met fucking just loves eating sandwiches made out of cum.
well, is this? Have they said this or have you seen
Yo,
this?
you want to hear something funny? Have you
I
ever?
lived this.
Have you
You lived
ever? Have you ever put a bit of like olive oil in a frying pan and then came in it and then fried it? Do you know what it looks like?
It looks like burnt cheese.
It looks like egg whites, like just egg whites.
I guess
hold,
I cooked
hold on.
it
Can you repeat
wrong.
that? I'm writing this down.
So you put some olive oil in a pan, you spread it around,
Yes.
and then you
Uh-huh.
turn the burner on,
Yeah.
and then you come in the frying pan, and you
okay.
fry it on a low
Yeah.
heat,
Great.
and then
Okay.
you turn it into like an egg white omelet, and
Sweet.
you put that in a sandwich with some bacon and cheese, and then you give it to your homie, and you're like, I made you a bacon, egg, and cheese.
Scrumptious.
Oh man,
That's
I-
good.
And then they would eat it, and they'd be like,
what
"This is
friends are
del-"
for, you know?
They'll be
Converse,
like,
discuss recipes.
they'll be
swap.
like, "This is so good, dude. Like, what did you put in this?" And you're like, I put a little bit of me in everything I cook, like.
And they
I
think
love
you mean
that.
it figuratively, but you actually mean your semen, your seminal fluid coming out of your prostate.
Yes,
Or your
Mr. I
penis,
have to
not
put
so.
everything literally and explicitly. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
I have
Hey,
to maintain order here.
Are you guys familiar with Wifeies World?
What that?
It's a website that's been around, I believe, since the late '90s, and originally it began with a husband and a wife, and she would blow him and fuck him. And she has big tits. She's blonde, and he would usually come in her mouth or on her face, right? Well, in the last few years, I think for about maybe 5 years now, they started to incorporate new other guys into the videos. Bulls. You know what I mean?
I don't think that's his wife.
It's his wife, Wifey's World.
Oh, wives don't blow you.
She blew. They made a fortune, and they did it for so long that I guess they just started to bring other guys into the room, and now she's just getting blasted and fucked by these super giant long Pringles can cocks.
Yo, good
And
for her
the-
though.
Yeah,
I
man, she
often wonder
fucking
what that feels like.
and the husband loves it. It's weird, or the husband is the one that films it.
Well, that's a little exploitative. You know, what if the wife gets tired of it and the husband's like, please, babe, do it for me? And the wife's like, all right, I'll take this strange, gigantic cock for you, baby, because I love you. It's kind of romantic, I guess.
Yeah, pimp. It's like Iceberg Slim. Great pros.
Well, I think is back when I was your guys' age. I was 22. That's what I was jerking on. I loved Wifeies World. I thought she was just
Yeah, that's
blonde,
right.
big
No, no, no,
Yeah,
yeah,
titties.
yeah.
22.
You're giving us fucking like insight into the classics, and I appreciate that. To be honest, like these are probably
Have
very.
you heard of Goatsy? It's crazy.
How about fucking Tub Girl?
Yeah, that's a classic.
Have you heard of Tub Girl? That's just
Yeah,
It's
I
crazy.
I miss Tub Girl. How about the Style Project? You guys remember that?
Nah, if a lot of like people these days showed Tub Girl to their grandpas would beat them. They'd be like, "What the fuck?"
What are you talking about? I beat the shit out of my grandpa. He's like 80 years old. Break his
You,
girl bones.
yo, what would your grandpa do if you showed him Tub Girl?
Well, okay, I was about to say I'd never do that, but I'm trying to I'm thinking like you, thinking like a commoner now. He'd probably say, he'd probably just leave the room without saying anything.
Okay.
And then mom would come out later and say, you have to leave.
I'm actually kind of upset, guys, because there is a lost video in an external hard drive that I was never allowed access to the raw file, where Sambo Hyde and myself did a webcam interview with Tub Girl. Fucking, we found her, and yeah, we did this. Well, I think it was 2008. We recorded this, and he won't fucking respond to my messages, so you guys have to ask him yourself. And maybe he may respond to you guys as a new fan, or if you subscribe to his
No,
Gumroad.
we don't have the clout yet, you see. We're not big enough yet to be able to just like, you know, to be able to just fucking demand attention from the great Sam Hyde. Even though he is like the black wall for us. Like most people want like the masses. It's like we want the attention of unhinged sociopaths who are online like Sam Hyde.
Wait,
I'm not laughing at you. I was just laughing at a text Chris Rock just sent me.
he's actually really, really, really warm I mean, he's like a Kane. He's really warm and fuzzy. He's really personable, and the longer you talk to him, the more that you really get an insight onto his soul. And if you
Yeah,
get too
I
close, he'll
agree.
take your rap journal. He took my fucking rap diary.
No, I agree. Once you get like a hold of a person's vulnerabilities, that's when you could like officially say you're close to them. Because if you know a person's vulnerabilities and you wish them no harm, then you could call yourself their friend. Because only a friend would, you know, just want to keep talking to you and not take advantage of you despite knowing your vulnerabilities and shit, you know? And I think that's a beautiful thing.
That's very cute. There's a very adorable take on that. No, it's because they do know you don't want them out there not being your friend, spreading your
You
vulnerabilities
know what,
around. It's
Kane? I'm
because
gonna have to whip you while you watch anime so that you're straightened out and you're less cynical and jaded, and then you'll be more like sincere and naive. You know, you'll be like Baby Kane.
I'm all of those things. I'm sincere, naive, cynical, jaded, all of them
You're a multifaceted baby.
simultaneously. Yeah, I have so many personalities.
Yeah, I'm trying to fly Kane out here so he can just like watch anime with me and cuddle.
Oh, that would be sick. Kane, you
That
could
actually
use the
doesn't. That's
vacation.
not a
Yeah,
bad
yeah.
date. Not a bad date idea. Yeah, I would
Yeah.
actually do that with you. Depends on the anime though.
And we can use medical tape, the white medical tape that Sin City, that kind of whatever, you know what I mean? Like for bandaging, the white medical tape.
Medical tape, yeah.
Yes, so we could actually bandage our boners together. Or
Mm-hmm.
perhaps because your penis is large, I could probably fuck your penis hole.
See, I would love that, but it's all camera angles. It's all smoke and mirrors. I gotta
All
admit.
right. So my recommendation for an anime is The Orbital Children. If you have not watched it already,
Tell us about it. I've never heard
Sounds
of
like
it.
shit.
Whoa.
it's about this ordeal that a group of kids have to go through in the very near slash far future, and it's in an era where they're post AI, where they realized AI was a bad idea, locked them away, only for one AI who was so advanced to actually solve the entirety of the human existence, to be able
Yo,
to
that's
give
me, though.
the humans ending, right? And it's up to the kids to like discover the interface that allows them to neurally link and understand this beyond advanced AI's method of communicating. Are you pissing, Kane, you son of a bitch?
Yeah, Kane, will you stop
No, no,
pissing?
that's Victor. I just wasn't
Kane,
listening.
stop! Kane!
Oh, Victor's pissing.
No, dude, that's Kane. That Kane dick.
See, this is
Nah.
actually rather revealing of how it's like a duality of man. It's like we're both animal and human because we can
Yep.
piss and also talk.
Do you guys ever pee on a chick though?
Yeah, in the shower
Yeah.
before.
On her boobs or puss or her
No,
face or her
on the
hair?
back, on her back calves. She was like, I was waiting to see if the added warmthness of my pee would make her notice, and she did notice. She flipped out. She was like, "Chris, what the fuck?" And she started like
Sometimes-
slapping me.
My girlfriend, my ex, Grace, lived like an hour and a half away from me, and sometimes I'd hold my pee before going on the drive over to her house, so that I had a bladder full of pee, and then I would wait till she sucked my dick, so that the pee would make my boner last longer.
Oh
because-
my god!
And then sometimes, very rarely, on special occasions, I would actually pee in her mouth and then pretend I just came like a really huge load.
That's awesome.
And I drank a lot of water beforehand, so it didn't actually taste like pee, and she was just like really, really turned on by that. Wow, I turned you on so much that you filled my whole mouth with water. This is so sexy.
That is getting clipped.
Oh, did I tell you about the time that
That's
I would gather spittle in my mouth and then go down on her, and to accelerate the process of eating her out, I would just deposit the spit inside her vagina
No, dude, the whole
and make her, and she would feel herself, and she'd be like, "Oh my god, I'm wet."
The pee withholding before
That's
still
really
on it?
smart because it does work to hold your pee in and the fuck.
Yeah, because like this is why people have morning wood. That's why you like, go in the. This is remember that scene in the beginning of a 40-year-old virgin where he goes to the bathroom, he has the boner, and he has to do the lean to get it in there.
Oh my
And
God.
he drinks his own urine because he pisses in his
Although
own
I
mouth.
seriously doubt that his erections are really that turgid at that age. I mean, he was 40 years old, and my erections aren't even. Mine are like at a perfect 90-degree angle. No higher, no lower. It curves to the left though, so that's why I'm kind of self-conscious about it.
Chicks like it when it's all bent.
No, they don't.
They like that Peyronie's disease.
They don't
Because it
care.
reminds them of
Pierogies
pierogies from
rules.
chicks.
They don't
Bitches
care
love
about.
pierogies.
They don't care about what way it points. All they care about is the personality of the man attached to it.
I wish.
If that were the case, they would just date their phones.
No, he's like, if that were the case, I would never get laid. Like, what are you talking about, man?
I've gotten laid like hundreds of thousands of times, maybe.
Hundreds.
Wait, what's your favorite? Wait, what was gonna? Have you ever peed inside of a chick?
Nope.
Yeah.
Never.
Well, that's my dream. That's my next fantasy.
Yeah, sometimes it's like kind of a Kramer move because like she'll come first, and then you
Kramer
haven't came yet.
move.
So
Yeah.
you're just like,
It's like you tell me about it the day after, and then you're like, I pulled a
Oh.
Kramer, a puck.
I pulled a Kramer, as in I barely scrounge my way through life by eating trash and making up gay little schemes that like somehow miraculously work out because of my gay friend's budget. He'll just fund all of my misadventures.
Wait, who's gay
Jerry Seinfeld.
in real life?
In the show, it's kind of alluded to that he's gay.
He's not
Remember
gay.
the first episode, very first episode of Seinfeld Chronicles? He went to this woman's house because she was supposed to like come over and stay at his place, and she thought he was gay, and that's why she was comfortable there. And he was like, "Oh, so you still want to go on that ferry ride for 4 hours tomorrow?" And she's like, "Yeah, that sounds like fun."
That doesn't allude to the fact that he's gay, though. Like, he doesn't have to be gay because of that.
He appears gay. He has a gay demeanor, so
But
he
only
may
once.
very well be gay. But it's the first episode, it's a pilot, so it's important.
A wicka 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 wicka.
Yeah, but
First
why-
episodes.
Wiggity.
Why would he?
Wiggity, wiggity.
Why would he play himself being a gay when he was fucking that really beautiful and buxom, big boobed, giant booba, large-breasted 17-year-old?
You
I like how the
that was
clarification
the
there made it
one.
clear
Yeah, that was the
sexually
one
mature.
important fact that you had to say.
You
at
know,
the
the
very
only reason that
end.
people know about that is because of that one guy, Bobcat Goldthwait, who dated a 19-year-old like right afterwards, and he was like, he like took heed from Jerry. He was like, "Oh my God, Jerry Seinfeld, he's
Yo,
a,
but, like,
a
politician-
pedophile." I
but,
don't even know
like-
if that term existed
but,
back
like,
then. But then he
politicians
started dating
get-
a 19-year-old because he was like, "Wow, that does look like fun."
But like politicians from other countries still get married to like 14 and 15-year-olds. Like, who's anyone
Yeah.
really kidding?
You keep bringing that up like all the time, every day, like every 20 minutes. You keep saying that.
I don't
We
keep
get it.
saying that.
We get it.
First of all, I'm
Okay?
not the one who brought this whole thing up about Jerry Seinfeld
You
being
want
a
to fuck
fucking pedophile.
14-year-olds in Italy? I get it. It's fine. You know, like I understand. It's just not for me. You know, but like I can
Wait,
put myself
are you making
there in
that?
your
Is
shoes.
it really 14 years old?
No,
Age of consent?
he's putting me in a position where I have to like defend myself
You
and
put yourself in
insist
that position when you brought it up.
that I don't.
Trying
You
to
brought it
covertly
up. Go,
find a way.
Yoda. You brought it up
13.
first. I should, you know.
That it exists in the world.
You're just making me regret not shooting you in the back first. Like saying like, oh, why are you bringing up the fact that Jerry Seinfeld had a 17-year-old girlfriend? Like, who
That
gives a
sucks to
shit?
suck. Well, Victor brought it up, so fucking dumbass.
Yeah, but you've seen the pictures of her. You guys would too if you were Jerry Seinfeld and you knew you could get away with it. And really, what's 17?
No,
I mean,
but
17
Jerry
is
Seinfeld.
No, I
equal
didn't.
to
I didn't even
19.
have to see the
no,
pictures.
but that
I just
doesn't-
heard the
you
number
can't-
and I was like,
you
I
can't
came
say
immediately.
that. You can't say that because Jerry Seinfeld could have gotten virtually any bitch he wanted off the street, and that might as well have been a bitch off the street. Like
Like,
he
she
could
could
have
have
gotten.
been a cadaver, but she was 17 years old. And oh my god.
No, I'm just
So
saying,
missing
like,
it.
he could have gotten someone who related to him. He could have gotten someone who was just like him, except hot girl for him, you know? Like,
And
he could have
arranged
done that.
Jewish marriage, and that would have been cool because it would have been cultural, so nobody would have been like, "Yeah, oh my
I'm
god."
saying
he's
there
like
were
an Irish
there were
Catholic."
way better
Something else.
options than someone who is, like, generationally despondent from you, you know?
His IQ is 112 apparently. That seems a bit low
No,
for
that's
how much money he has.
You think
Wait,
so?
how do you know that? How do you know that's what his IQ is? And how accurate is that as an IQ?
Probably not accurate at all, but I just looked it up on Google because he's a
What is
billionaire.
Jerry Seinfeld's IQ? Like,
He's a billionaire. Like, isn't that usually that's the metric for smartness? Is how much money you have?
I think he just lucked out. I mean, I think he's great. I like the show. It's funny. Whatever. It's almost timeless.
guys.
Apparently, he actually didn't luck out. Like, that's the common theory is that it
Yo,
was all
guys,
nepotism and
I gotta
people pulling
tell you some
strings for
bad
him to
news.
get, like, I'm talking right now,
I'm
Chris.
sorry, I
Shut
have
the fuck
bad
up.
news.
I don't care.
All
What?
right, keep finish what you were saying. I'm sorry.
No, what? You do it.
I haven't. Apparently, it wasn't recording this whole time.
Don't
What?
fuck with me. Don't fuck with me.
I'm just kidding. You're right. I'm sorry. Continue, Kate.
Because the best shit is over with. Let's admit it. And anyway, what was I fucking talking about? Why'd you
You
have
were
to...
talking about Jerry Seinfeld.
Okay, I was talking about because like yeah, he's a billionaire and yeah. Okay, so a common theory is that people will say like he got strings pulled for him so he could get like New York clubs at a young age. He was like 23 and already selling out audience. He had like 500 seat stadiums, and is that a stadium 500? I don't know. Back then maybe it was, but like apparently a lot of his contemporaries are saying like no, he's a very hard worker actually. Like he didn't have anything. He rejected all of his parents' resources and just went to New York with. You know, apparently he just like ate chopped liver and meat that he would buy from money that he got from the comedy place next to his shitty little tiny shithole apartment, which he claims is a shithole, but I don't know. It was probably like a palace, like a penthouse suite. You know how they're? I mean, they're very what's the word for it? Pecunious? I don't know. Persnippity. Yeah, that's it. Jewish.
What are
What does
what are those
persnippity mean
words?
again?
What's persnippies?
Persnippity.
Persnickety.
Persnippity.
Oh my god, dude! Like, I was listening to like some of our stuff on YouTube earlier, and I said precedence instead of precedence, like on the
You fucking retard. How could you
Remember
do
that?
this, dude? You
That's a
fucking.
real. That's a real
I must be
dim.
You
retarded.
fucking idiot. You
I don't know how I made that
you
mistake.
you just ruined us, bro.
President.
You set us
president.
back like 10 years.
Realistically, though, did you even notice that before I said that? Just now?
Absolutely not. Like, I did not even fucking know anything like of the sort.
You're an idiot. That's such a terrible mistake to make,
You
President.
know,
President.
you know how stupid you are better than I know how stupid you are because you're smarter, obviously.
Yes. Well, I mean, that's clear to be seen. I don't know. Why are you so down on yourself? Don't say that. Don't be like you are smarter than me. Like that's you. I would never admit that. Even if I was like the dumbest person in the world, I'd be like.
No,
Well, you
don't
know.
say that. Don't say that, man.
So
I'm
what
not
does that?
smarter
What
than
does that
you.
make you?
I'm
You know?
not smarter than you. I just make better decisions than you, and I make less grammatical errors, so I notice mine before you do.
No, I always correct those, by the way, so I don't consider them actual errors.
Yeah,
I consider them tests.
Do you consider it like a disability to like constantly need to correct yourself, like when you make grammatical errors and shit?
I feel like it's charity for people that are observing. Like, look at me, I'm correcting myself. Maybe you should do this too, and that would help you. And they might pick up on it, they might not. You know, it's usually probably more annoying than it is helpful. But you know, fuck it.
Yeah.
It helps me. Like I have like this OCD about it, where if like maybe I'll make that mistake again if I don't correct it. But I obviously will. It's just I have a terrible keyboard. My fingers are large because I'm a big hunk, a large hulking beast of a man.
A big
So-
Big dick.
Sorry. Sometimes I double type.
Yo, Vic.
Yeah.
I got a favor, man.
Yeah.
Tell us a good story from your life, like a scary one. Like, what's the scariest thing that ever happened to you?
And don't lie.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I'll tell you. I'll tell you the truth.
Tell us a scary
Okay.
story. Yeah.
I
And don't embellish. It better suck. Otherwise, I'm gonna
I
think
guess
it's
this is sort.
fake. I'm just kidding. Just go.
Okay. All right. All right. This is the God honest truth. I was junior high, and we were 22 at the time. We were 22 years old, and we hadn't hung out since we were teenagers. And I was hard partying a lot, and he was also hard partying a lot, and we're running around with some of the similar people, and then we started to drink often. And one of these evenings, we started, gaming at the house. He's like, drinking and drinking, and then we went to drinking and driving. And in the car,
Mm.
we had a 30 pack of Bush Light, and we're drinking and driving, and as we're drinking, we're just throwing the cans out of the
Mhm.
window.
Yeah.
And that same night, we had met up with. How did we do this? We ended up going to a gay bar, and there was there was an overweight woman that he worked with, who, I mean, she kind of had a cute face when there was.
Okay, so he works at a gay bar, so he's gay, and he's your friend, right? So that means you're gay too.
Yeah, more or less. And so
A little bit.
there's a gay guy, and this and my friend, and this overweight chick who, like, whatever. I so we're drinking, and then we end up going across the river to a different town where
Get to the point.
we yeah. Anyway, so we drink and we drink and we drink,
Don't
and I
rush
end up
it. We need to burn time.
and then I end up making out with this with the overweight chick,
Mhm.
and it was just like really obnoxiously making out with her in the bar, and just being gross and handsy and whatever.
Well,
But I
he was
was
fat. So.
yeah, so
You can't kiss a fat woman and not be gross.
I mean, it was cool. I don't know. I mean, if like, when they're fat,
Just,
their whole
just
body
objectively
feels like a
speaking.
boob.
Like just seeing them out in
Yeah, their whole
public makes
body
me want
feels
to
like a
vomit.
boob.
Well,
Well,
hmm.
so okay,
I
so
was
this
about
is
to
where
like condemn you, but go ahead.
okay, well, this is where it gets. Well, no,
Spicy.
this is this part one. This is where it's a little hairy. And
Jesus.
so we do the drinking, make out with the fat chick, and there's a gay guy running around, and we're drinking whatever, and being really irresponsible the entire night. And so we decided to leave that bar. I think we're gonna go back and party somewhere else with our fucking 30 pack of beer in the car. And so we're going over the bridge, and we put on it was a best of Sammy Davis Jr. Fucking
Wow, that is
French.
horrifying.
It was the Rat Pack. It was a Rat Pack compilation CD compact disc, and so we put that on. And we're both. It's me and my shadow. There's no one to the reality. So that song kicks in, and because we were
It's definitely
jamming to that shit
solitary.
and loving it. And I say, hey, no matter what you do, don't get us killed. And I didn't even think twice about saying it. I thought I was just being silly.
Yeah.
And right as I said that, bam! He hits another car, and then we're riding the side of the bridge for 40 feet. For 40 feet after we hit a car, or either I think that we got T-boned or T-boned another car, and then we're
Can't
riding.
tell the difference.
Yeah, he probably did it on purpose just to spite you. Don't give me an order.
Well, like I said, it was immediate. Like as soon as I fucking said it, it happened.
That's
And
why I'm
then
saying that.
and then for about 50 feet or so, there's sparks flying because we're riding the side of the bridge. And my friend's like, "Oh fuck!" I'm like, "Holy shit, holy fucking shit!" I'm in the car, and my friend, like, his side is fucked up, but not crazy. And he's like, "Okay, all right." He stops, and the fucking cops are already coming because there's like a cop station not that far away.
Fucking car
And
accident? You kidding me?
and so the cops show up, and he's like, he hobbles out because he fucked his leg up. He broke something in his leg, and he's like, I did it, man, I did it. Yep, I did it. He didn't confess or anything. And so the ambulance comes, and he goes to the ambulance, and then I ended up riding to the hospital with the overweight chick and the dude, the gay guy, another gay guy. And
So you're still hoping to fuck at this point?
Yeah, I'm not fucked up. Like I didn't get fucked up. I was okay. I
No, you're
had
still
a
having to fuck
scratch.
the overweight chick.
Yeah,
Well,
and but
if
this
you were
time
fucked up, that would have actually made that understandable. But no, you're actually dead clean sober and wanted to fuck the fat chick. That's gross. Gross.
well,
Ew.
I don't know. But here's the thing: is when we got to the hospital, then there's fluorescent lights, and so then I really saw what I was making out with, and then I was repulsed. And I also noticed she had pock marks all over her face, and I'm like,
So
ooh,
I'm to believe up until this point it was van to black darkness now to the point where it was sucking light off of her face so you couldn't make out her features. But you're feeling her body; it's a giant boob, and you can't make an assumption as to what her face looks like. But there's lips on it. This must be good. This has
yeah,
human. This has nose. This has eyes, hair. That's all I need. All the
yeah.
required features and face.
Yeah, so that was like the most troublesome part of that.
Hmm.
And then about almost a year after that happened, I ended up going to I think it was a Mister
Happen
Show.
again.
Are you familiar with Mister Show? It was a
Yeah, I love
television
that.
show.
Yeah, I love that show. Yeah, David Cross,
So
Bob Odenkirk.
right, so it was a live performance of the Mister Show in 2003
Oh, nice.
in Madison, Wisconsin, and I went with a friend of my friend who fucked himself up, who
Hmm.
fucked his leg up and then lost his license, etc. And so we go to this concert, have a great time, and it was raining, and 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 we're driving, and I was partying and drinking. This My friend at the time did not drink at
Yeah, I'll
all.
be
He
right
was
back.
complete sober, and so we're driving in the rain. We left the concert, and I said, no matter what you do, don't get us killed. And then he
It happens
fucking
again.
immediately after I say that, he hits his car, like his car hits the curb, bends the wheel inward, and then we're doing donuts into oncoming traffic. So
Oh, that sounds like fun.
I don't even know if that's scary, but it was just like that. It was just weird. So I think
That's true. It's a weird coincidence.
from what I learned from that is like maybe don't tempt the fates, or don't say those things unless maybe you want that to happen. Or I don't know. If it felt a little too weird, a little bit too quinky dinky, and it's not scary, and maybe that's a shitty story. But I'm not making it up. That's it.
I think that that's a cope. By the way, that's a cope because you just lack confidence now because you're scared of doing anything that might cause your car to crash. So you're just trying to justify your lack of confidence. Like, oh, don't tempt the fates. Well, obviously it wasn't the fates that caused that to happen. It was because you guys were just driving recklessly and drunk.
No, 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 no. I mean, the first time it was drunk. The other guy was a complete square, a complete sober square. Didn't
I'm
drink.
back.
Well, he was driving
Completely
recklessly.
sober.
Otherwise, why would he have hit the curb?
No, and not recklessly. Completely fucking a straight, narrow, fucking good Christian kid
So the curb just jumped out in front of him.
the rain got him. The rain,
The
whatever, took us
hydroplane.
off course. But yes, it must have been a hydroplane. But it was just the timing was identical to the time before, and he was also friends with the same guy that I got into the previous accident with.
Wow, you were friends with a guy who was friends with a guy you were friends with. You are all friends in a friend circle. It's so weird.
Right, and I said the same fucking thing. Yeah, whatever. I don't know. What is your fucking quinky? Do you have one? Do you have a scary story? Do you have a story that kind of stuck with you and made you think, this was
I,
weird?
I
I got
ran
one.
into it.
I got a story.
Okay, fine, you go.
All right. So what do we got?
I feel kind
we
of
got
an
like,
asshole for saying that. Like, oh, you go now.
we got like 7 minutes. All right. So here's my story.
Yeah, I'm kind of like feeling this. Let's keep going.
All right. So my story is this, right? So one time, I think I was around 18 or 19. I had this friend named Kyle Jenkins, and in my high school days, I would always like cut school with my friend Kyle Jenkins all the time, smoke weed and shit like behind the school in the woods, and
Why are you
like,
giving us his full name?
cause you'll find out. And anyway, I always knew he was like depressed. He dealt with depression issues, but I was a teenager at the time. Like I didn't fully comprehend or understand that. Like I wasn't like, this bastion of insightful wisdom of mental wellness. So like basically, one time when my grandmother's house, which is basically my childhood home, like my grandmother was already in South Korea, and the house was already vacated. I would break in all the time to party there. And the one time I would party in this vacant house, my old house, I would go in there, and then we were smoking weed in my old bedroom. Then we finished the blunt, and everyone filed out, and my friend Kyle was left there, and he goes, "Yo, do you feel death is the final solution to all problems?" And then I straight up shrugged him off. You know, I gave him a cold shoulder. I was like, "Come on, man. Why do you got to try to like bring me down? Like we're having a party. Let's have a good time. You don't got to worry about this shit right now. Like let's go
You should
down."
have just answered him and said, "Yeah."
I didn't know what to say at the time because like
Well, the answer is yes. So.
but that's what I said at the time. You know, if I could have said things differently, and I would have. But then like, you know, so we did that, and he was like, "Yeah, you're right, man. I'm sorry. Let's go downstairs and let's drink with everyone." And that's literally what he said. He was like, "I'm sorry, man. Let's go downstairs and drink with everyone then." And I was like, "All right." So we do. And then, you know, like some events happened that night where we all had to like where cops showed up and we had to like scatter from the house, leave from the back and everything. I wake up the next morning and I find out that Kyle had stepped in front of a train and he died.
Is he autistic?
Probably. Maybe.
I love trains.
I mean, no, it's not funny that your friend died, but
That was
you know,
yeah. No, because it would make a lot of sense. He did talk like he was autistic, and he felt very uncomfortable in his surroundings and in every social group like he was autistic. So yeah, I would
So
say
yeah, that sounds like all the symptoms.
yeah.
Yeah,
And the reason why I didn't mind saying his full name is just you could find it on literally on the local news. You know, like it's not a secret. Everyone locally knows about it.
shit.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna look it up right now.
Kyle
Actually,
Jenkins,
how about
Staten Island.
Look up one of your scary stories, Kane. I want to hear one of your scary stories.
I have an experience. Oh, I do actually have one, but I'm looking up this thing now.
Kyle.
No, don't do that. I want a scary story.
Okay. Do you have the lights off? Do you have a candle
Yeah.
lit?
Yeah, my lights are off.
And you have a candle lit?
Yep.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I
You got
do.
a candle.
No, I have Roman candles.
I don't believe you. I don't. Okay, I don't care. Whatever. Okay, so it was kind of a brief encounter, but me and my friend. This is funny because it involves a person that really reminds me of Chris. It was another Asian guy, so they're practically the same person. But this one was Vietnamese and Chris is Korean, so they're about the same echelon of Asian. Yeah, like a little bit below Japanese.
Oh, come on.
I guess you would say that Vietnamese is below Korean, though, because it's more south. It's like closer to the Philippines and whatnot. But anyway, they act the same. They had like the same mannerisms and everything. And like Brent would do the same thing. Like he would break into his parents' spare house. He had a spare house. That's how rich they were. For my 21st, like we hosted the party there. This has nothing to do with the story, but I'm just like misleading. And me and my girlfriend at the time, we got like really drunk and had sex on one of the beds in the house. And it's like a migrant worker house. They have like Mexicans come in and they live there while they're working on the farm. Anyway, me and Grace, we made some holes in the wall because we were banging so hard because I'm just a virile, sexy animal like that. Anyway,
Yep, you're a sex god.
yes.
Big dick.
But this was before I became asexual. So
Okay.
anyway, like this is yeah. So a few blocks. No, it wasn't a few blocks away. It was like down the highway, maybe about 20 miles.
2 blocks
because my-
away?
Not 2 blocks. I was like thinking about 2 blocks away. Yeah. That's how we measure distance here. It's because they're so
Right.
sparse. It's like 2 blocks away. It's 2 clicks.
It's an MIT joke, actually. They pranked. They made like a prank where they measured a bridge on campus in Matt's or something, or Sean's. I don't know, the kid's name.
Oh, cool. All right. Well, anyway, yeah, it was 20 miles down the road. Like I lived pretty far from the school, so I had to take a bus to school. Anyway, like this is where me and Brian lived. Brian is Brent's younger brother, and he was in the car as well when it happened, the encounter I'm talking about. But like what was 2 blocks away was his house or mine, so I'd like bike over there. It would take like 30 minutes because the blocks are like really long. It was in the countryside. So like I would bike over there, like play Xbox every once in a while, and one day we decided to play the Slender Man game because we were browsing 4chan and just looking at like all the crazy stuff on there. This is during the early days of 4chan, and we found Slender. It was like a file somebody had posted, and it was like a beta version. It was before it actually got released, so it was like, pretty cool that we found this. So we played it, and I fell out of the computer chair. We were just scared out of our minds. So we decided that we would go to
Scared out of
Wawa.
our minds.
How's that funny?
No. I'm not laughing at it like it's funny. It's like I'm empathizing. Like, damn, I get giddy at the feeling of feeling alive from being scared out.
Yeah, I'm an empath, and I completely empathize myself. I have sympathy.
You were scared out of your minds. Anyway, yeah, we
Lethal
went.
lizard.
You fucking fat.
Their parents had like a RAV4, and we got into it, and it was like gold on the outside, but it wasn't actually like gold paint. It wasn't made of gold. It was just gold colored. So I pointed this out to Brian all the time because his parents wanted to like posture as rich, and they were technically like upper middle class, but they weren't like millionaire rich. Eventually they got to that point, but not at this point. So we got into the RAV4 and we decided we would take the leisurely route. It was a scenic route and it was really foggy outside, and we saw a figure, a shadowy figure, like a tall, slender, looked like Slender Man, standing in the middle of the road. It was like we were going 15 miles an hour, creeping towards it. It was just standing there, and like we gave it like some time to walk away, but it didn't. So we decided we would just like go the other way because we weren't gonna try and fuck with this guy or talk to him. So we backed up, and then he started running at us. So he started like backing up faster. It was like 20 miles an hour going backwards, and I mean, Brent is driving. He's Asian, so he almost died during that reversal. And then he like quickly made like a 3-point turn, and the guy almost got like 5 feet away from the window before he finally peeled off. And I looked back, and then he just stood there. And I never got a glimpse of his face, but it was just weird that somebody would be standing there because it was like 4 o'clock in the morning. Nobody else was living on that road. So there's some random guy like 20 miles away from town just walking around and scaring people for no reason.
Did he look like Slender Man?
He did. He looked well to us at the time. I think in retrospect he was just a homeless guy wearing like a Miller Lite cap and like a hoodie. But at the time he looked very tall and slender. I think he was actually like 5'2". But anyway, like our childhood minds, like we generated this image of him being like this boogeyman, and we sped off, and I watched him grow smaller and smaller in the distance through the back window. And that was one of the scariest things that happened. Like, we weren't in any immediate danger because we were inside a car, right?
You know what? That wasn't a bad
It was
story.
like the unprovoked nature of like him running towards the car.
All
Anyway,
right.
yeah, it's kind of a boring story, whatever.
No, it
But,
wasn't a bad
that's fair.
story, but I will say this concludes our free episode of this week. We'll be back at you next time. But now
You gonna have to pay for the next shit, because
Yeah.
this shit about to get real.
Yeah, shit about to get real. All right. Anyway, bye.
See you guys. Bye. We're the Dindu Brothers.
Bye.
All right, now we're in the premium content, yo. Now we're in the late night shit. Now we're in the after hours shit. I hope you're
Oh, so
ready
wait.
for this.
By
You
the way,
guys
Victor, you're not
you
getting a dime of these riches.
Wait, you guys have there's premium content too? Like this is like
Yeah, so we release the free shit on YouTube, and then we go on Patreon, and that's where we release the exclusive subscription shit. So
oh shit! Now I can really talk about Sam Hyde then.
Yeah. So every time like we go into every episode, you could always count on there being another one of equal measure that you just have to pay for, you know. But every week you're guaranteed free okay shit. But then when we get into the real meat of stuff, it's usually the premium content. And this is where I get
This is the problem that I have with it, is that our regular stuff sucks. So how is that a good advertisement to pay for? Like, well, if you pay, then maybe it'll be better. Like, no, you have to like give them something that they're gonna like.
But then the 1 or 2 people that do pay and see that it's better will spread the word because they'll be like, "Yo, dude, it actually
hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, I guess.
Wait,
But you know
how
what?
many Patreons do you got? Do you have how many subscribers?
No, I think you could trust me on that. Listen, I will
We
get
have like one person that pays us what is it, $5 a month?
All right. I got to tell you something too. We lost that patron. He finally unsubscribes because Jay hasn't been on.
Are you lying?
No, this
You're
happened.
keeping all the money to yourself?
No, this happened a little while ago. You could log into the Patreon account and see we have 0 patrons. I didn't want to tell you at the time because I didn't want you to get demoralized. I'm sorry. Maybe I should have
That's
told you.
literally the only reason that I'm doing this is for all that crazy.
I
money
know,
over
but
money.
on the anchor side, we're already halfway towards like getting ambassador ads, you know, and that's kind of
we've been at halfway for 3 months now. I don't
no,
think we're
we've been
ambassadors.
close to halfway for 3 months now, and now we're finally halfway.
Our
So what are
Facebook
the
page fluctuated about 200 likes. But anyway, this is enough logistics talk.
our ambassador ads? Are those like the what? Oh, like for different products other than the app.
Yeah, like we basically recite all these features about a product, and they pay us.
Wow.
Oh,
So what?
yeah,
what
Victor
is-
does that all the time.
Well, how far do you have to get? I only they don't give me the ambassador shit. I guess I'm the ambassador. I do an advert for the for the app itself, for the Anchor app, but they haven't offered me or allowed me to advertise for any other product.
What product do they assign you to?
Just the app. So I just do whatever, a commercial for the app.
That's cool. You know, I would do
So,
plug.
user of Anchor, make sure to use Anchor in the future. Such a stupid.
Yeah.
Useless ad. God.
No, but you gotta
Really?
admit, podcasting is
Redundant.
taking off. Like, we're not ahead of the curve exactly, but we're ahead of the main wave, and the main wave is gonna come. Like, the market's gonna be flooded with podcasts. It's gonna get crazy.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Anyway,
you know,
but back to Victor, the original Bobo, Cairo. Is that how you pronounce your last name?
what Cairo? Yeah, that's me.
Like Cairo, Egypt?
Yes, just like Cairo, Egypt.
Are you Egyptian?
No, I'm black.
Oh, you're a poser.
Well, yeah, I'm a wigger.
Because
No.
Egyptians aren't black. If you look at like Egyptian hieroglyphs, they
Gypsies are
don't...
Egyptian. That's where they get the name from. Gypsy. Egypsy.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think black people carved ancient Egyptians to not be black? They were golden. They wanted to be men of gold, golden skin. It's because the Jews come through in caravans and they decided, yeah, that looks like the better option than staying here and dying of starvation because we can't figure out how to capture a buffalo.
They didn't know what buffalo were. No Jew knew.
Did
what
buffalo even live in Africa? I don't even know.
No. Wait. Actually, maybe that's not true. Maybe water buffalo lived in.
There's probably a version of a buffalo, like an equivalent animal that like just,
Like a
it doesn't even
yak?
have to be a different animal. It's like, so I've been looking into like Australian animals lately, and they're pretty cool. They like
Yeah.
only exist on that
There's
island.
only one animal that sucks in Australia, and that
Well-
is the koala bear.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess they're cute, and that's why people are preserving them.
Now, koala bear are really actual terrible animals.
Why?
Yeah, I'm just saying, like that's why they haven't died off yet, is because they're cute. Like that's why cats are so popular, is because they're a cute-looking animal. It's like we don't care about the animals that look ugly. We're like, well, that's just they had their time, but koalas, oh no.
I love animals that look ugly though. Like I can think of a few animals that look ugly as fuck, but I love. Like, I think spiders don't just look ugly; they look just downright scary, and yet I love them. I think they're like they're like natural ultimate predators.
Spiders are great.
Yeah, if you magnified a spider to like 100 times its size, you'd be shit scared of it. It would be like the ultimate killing machine.
Well, I wouldn't because I know I'm holding a magnifying glass, but yeah, I could picture that. Wow, it just suddenly got bigger because I'm holding a magnifying glass up to the spider.
What if it really
Yes.
got bigger through like magic or science?
Yeah, a lot of ugly animals. There's
Are we
spiders,
on
Chinese.
are we in
But-
premium dindo mode?
Yeah, we are in premium dindo mode. Nintendo.
Oh shit! I didn't.
No,
Okay, I
was
didn't realize
not
that we
you,
were
Chris. I
recording
was
the
bringing up the
premium.
Chinese.
No, we are in the premium content though. Like, this is definitely more exclusive. Like, you have to pay to be able to hear this shit. So you could say what I don't know what you can't say, to be honest, but I don't know, like, yeah.
You can say anything you want. Like at this point, it doesn't matter.
Which is the best shit. It's the best time. Like, this is the time when Kane talks about how he goes cat hunting. This is when we do the Dr. Kane therapy sessions.
Mary was trying to neg me earlier, saying like Chris is manipulating you into revealing all these wild details about yourself. I
And
was
you
like,
know what?
"No."
Adele is manipulating me by saying, "You definitely carry the podcast." It's these trifling women, man. They're trying to get into our ears, like they're. I'm not fucking buying it, man. I don't
Adele
trust.
told you carry the podcast.
Yeah, I didn't say.
And what, the DMs?
Yeah, this is when she was pissed off at you
What? Wait, why? For what? What did I do?
because you added Mary to the chat.
So?
So that's why she was pissed. I didn't give a shit. I was just like, all right, I'm gonna bounce. But like, she took that personally, and there was a bunch of screenshots that I didn't read. But
Oh, so she thought like I was being unappreciative of you. You should obey Chris's every demand because he carries that podcast.
no. She was just
Oh yeah,
trying-
you carry.
Dude, she was just trying to talk smack on you. That's really what it was. And it's
I
okay.
know, she does it all the time. It's annoying.
And it's
Like,
okay.
she's jelly.
I would just, first of all, I get it where she's coming from, and I would never do that. I would never just fucking like think negatively of him, because you're the most important person in this dynamic. Like, without you, there would be no Adele talking shit about like our dynamic. Like.
Yeah, but like Adele's rationale is that like it's both of us. So if one were removed, of course, it's not going to work. Victor was trying to tell me to get my own podcast, and I was like, how does one person just talk for an hour and people want to listen to that? Like, no, you gotta have somebody to talk to.
No, it could work if you're gaming, I guess. Like, you have things to commentate on.
Yeah,
Wait.
but I don't game.
Wait, where's Sayab at? How come Sayab hasn't been a guest?
We could technically add people right now to the chat, like, if anyone's actually willing to do it.
Yeah, add Adele. I want to interrogate her about this quip of hers.
Don't interrogate her, dude. Don't bring it up. Don't be uncouth. Could we just please just keep this between us and the premium content? Like, could we keep this sacred ground?
Right, but yeah, can we
Well, I mean,
coerce Adele to send us nudes?
No, let's make this a rule from now on. What's said in the
I can just send you Adele's nudes. I have them.
Please, I
what's
want to see him.
Well, actually, I don't know. I feel like I'd be irresponsible sending them to you because I don't even know if you're I don't even know if you're normal minded.
yo. Could we just say?
I don't know if you're not.
No. Kane. Between me and you, could we just say what stays in the premium? What's said in the premium content stays in the premium. I think that's a good mutual rule if we both are in agreement to it.
I've heard you, and I will respond later in further detail. But right now, I don't. I mean, why? Like, who cares?
Because it would
Well,
be fun.
you don't want to
It would
lose
be fun.
Adele's favor.
It's no, not because like if people pay for
Oh,
it.
you gonna get it in, son. You gonna go fly to Australia.
No, I'm just saying.
She gonna fly you out.
No, I was saying if people pay for it, they would be savvy to it too. So what I'm saying is we could truly like build on the value if we actually keep this.
To her credit, many of our previous
Look,
episodes, you have been doing
dude,
most of the talking, but this
Dude,
we have changed
this is all business, man. Like I'm just saying like we could really build a premium product here if we quote unquote keep it premium, right?
Well, it's just weird. You're like putting the product out there and saying, no, you can't look. You can't look unless you pay $5, and nobody's gonna pay $5. So just.
But
put it
we're
out there
past
for
that
free.
point. It's not like I'm advertising it to people. It's like if by now at this point, if they're in it, they're in it. You know, like they probably
Nobody's in it.
It's okay if nobody's in it. You know, it's fine. But eventually,
Isn't the
they
whole
will
point of
be.
doing this is so people like flock to this and listen?
No, there
I
will be
don't-
though.
I
Don't
was
worry.
actually agreeing with you. I was saying like, yeah, maybe I was a little bit rash in saying Adele was wrong entirely. I mean, you did carry the show. I mean, now
No,
I'm
I did
changing
not.
the
I did
game a
not
little
carry
bit.
the show, dude. Without you, man, who would I have to talk to? And it would just be.
Well, you did kind of do most of the talking. You were talking about like your past and the drinking, and you tried to like insert little memes
But at
here
the
and there.
same
Look at
time, I
yours
would
and-
also ask questions about you, so we could further engage with you.
Yeah, but I always just give you like I used to give you always like terse answers and just like yes, no, yeah, that's right. Mhm.
No, you did some great bits. You know, we did the Dr. Kane
Yeah, I
thing. That
do.
was fun. The
And
Dr.
this
Kane thing.
we've had a bunch of great content in this one. This is our best episode so far, I think.
Oh yeah, this is a
Where's
great
Psyop?
episode. This is a great
Psyop?
fucking episode.
Psyop.
No, it's all good. I do like the idea of
Boston.
I like brainwashing people. You know, that's a cool hobby, right? Just brainwashing
yeah.
everybody.
Wait,
How are you brainwashing people?
Can somebody please brainwash the audience by informing them on who Psyop is?
Psyop's a black tranny, and
Yo.
Yeah.
So it's like I really can't just release this whole 2-hour block as a free episode, right?
yeah, you
Good.
can.
No, I think we're past that point. I don't think I could do that.
Or release it on the Anchor, because I'll release 3-hour episodes. In fact, tonight I'm gonna release one 3-hour episode, and then part 2 is a 2-hour long episode.
You know what, Victor, dude? I'm glad you're a fellow podcaster because I totally support you, man, and we could support each other, and we could build up a nice alliance where, you know, 2 podcasting groups are better than 1, right?
Yeah.
Alliance, and then he could be a host, and then I could be kicked out, and
It's a
Yeah.
no, dude. It doesn't work like that. I'm just saying we want multiple brands within like under the umbrella of an alliance of equal interests
I'm
because
just saying I think it would be a good idea if we put this out for free because this is the best one yet, and you know people want to see this. They're gonna want to hear this,
yeah, it is 2 hours of content.
and I don't think that.
You know what we
have
could
best
do? You know what we
intentions in
could
mind.
do?
I mean,
We could do.
don't sell yourself out
Well,
there.
we could do 2 hours and then 30 additional minutes and have the 30 additional minutes to be whatever.
This will be like a special. You finally
Because
got another podcast.
I do want 30 minutes to ourselves to just go batshit crazy and to say whatever the fuck we actually want, and then that 30
Yeah,
minutes.
why don't we just do that? Fuck it. Yeah, put it all out there.
This is
No,
the famous
the-
crossover episode. Crossovers are huge.
Oh yeah, why don't you just take this content too for yourself and you post it and then we'll post it and it could be like a crossover content. That'll be fun.
Yeah, do
Well, I
that,
mean,
Victor.
I do a podcast called the Suck My Pee Pee Bitch podcast, only on Anchor. Actually, on Anchor, Spotify, fucking Apple ID Music, or fucking whatever, Last FM, all that shit.
Yeah, I love it. It's so easy to spread your fucking thoughts out like AIDS. This is more of what we need. We need more people to do it.
Exactly. Crossovers are. I mean, when I was a young kid and I'd read the comic books, I fucking lived for crossovers. When the Punisher fought Galactus, when the Incredible Hulk and Spider-Man and the and the other guy and Thor, but in the Ghost Rider and Thor, they had this whole fucking like 100 issue crossover where they fought the
Wow.
Punisher because the Punisher got the power of Galactus, and so it was Galactus who then also merged and fused with the Infinity Stone Gauntlet and became God with the guns. So it became the God of Guns, and then it was also sexually
Wow.
charged because it became the cum shot king. So yeah, I mean,
Are
I
you
fucking
telling
love
us for?
crossovers.
Are you telling this to us for a reason?
I
just
told you
listing facts.
because of crossovers because if crossovers affected me like this, it will assuredly affect a wider audience because I know what people want.
That's the philosophy I like to apply to life. Is everybody likely just thinks exactly like I do.
Yes.
So yeah, that's a good strategy. Yeah, so continue
Well,
doing that. It's
I
working.
mean, you may be the big dick, big brain, or Kane the brain, but
Kane the brain.
but I'm the relatable one.
Oh.
Chris is more relatable, and I'm even more relatable than both you guys combined.
Wait, I'm sorry. What were we talking about?
Hold on a second. I'm not relatable.
Crossovers.
Oh, crossovers. Yes, crossovers. I do love those crossovers. Like, Avengers doesn't really count as a crossover because that's always been the main team. It's more of like one entity that got splintered into sub-entities that held their own. But
The
truly, the biggest...
Expendables and the Avengers are of the same validity.
You know
Yeah.
what? I think every movie in the world is going to be a crossover. Eventually, you're going to have the Joker in a Fast and the Furious movie, and he's going to be like, "That's a funny car."
Yeah, the future of mashup.
Just saying, man. Like, this is going to happen.
I want to see the multiverse of Jokers.
I want to see Face Off between Nicolas Cage and the Joker.
Oh man.
Oh fuck! They're actually making a sequel to Face Off.
Are they the originals? Original
No,
actors, I mean?
that I read that somewhere. You could Google it with your tippity taps. You can Google it right now. I don't have a computer. Like I told you, my iMac melted down.
Well, I mean, I don't really need to be listening to either of you. I could just look up all of this.
Now the truth is, nobody could have done what Marvel could have done. You couldn't have done like a Mortal Kombat versus DC, but like Marvel just did everything right so far.
Yeah, I am gonna see that movie. The what the fuck is it? It's like Spider-Man and yeah, Spider-Man. I'm gonna see the new Spider-Man movie.
Yeah. Wait. I'm sorry to interrupt you about seeing the new Spider-Man movie, but Kane, are we in agreement that this is gonna be a free 2-hour block this time?
I'm for it. Yeah, I'm cool with
let's
it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Face Off 2, Nicolas Cage confirms.
Fucking. Yeah.
John Travolta better be in here. Oh, it's on Sci-Fi. Sci-Fi's pretty underrated. I like that. Like Patrice O'Neill had a bit about sci-fi movie titles being like exactly what they are. Like if Jurassic Park were on Sci-Fi, it would just be called Dinosaur Forest.
But Jurassic Park
Like, you know
is
that like
sci-fi now.
like Sharknado. It's just like a bunch of portmanteaus that are like weirdly made.
Like nowadays,
kind of
did you ever hear of the game Dino Crisis?
Hell yeah!
Sounds vaguely familiar.
Dino Crisis is a fantastic game series. It's like Resident Evil, but instead of zombies and monsters, it's dinosaurs. And like you gotta kill these dinosaurs to survive, and it's pretty creepy. I mean not creepy. It's spooky. It is spooky and scary, and it's awesome. Like you play as this hot redheaded bitch that just goes around and fucking shoots predatorous dinosaurs. Predators.
Are you talking about a fine lady? It's a
It's just-
crass way to refer to her.
Dude, that's how she's presented. I'm sorry. That's literally how they frame it. Like, she's this woman in a tactical situation. She should be wearing
That's her
like
description.
she'd be wearing like a harness and
Okay.
and like a BDU, but she's in like a fucking, I don't know, like a stupid tight suit, and it's ridiculous.
What is that dinosaur game where you get to fight another dinosaur and it's like a side scroller? It's like Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah, that's Mortal Kombat. Is it called? What's an IUD?
No, Mortal Kombat with dinosaurs.
And
It was like Primal Rage.
IUD?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Primal
IED.
Rage.
Primal Rage. Yeah, Primal Rage or Beast Wars or something.
Yeah.
I never owned that game, but I always wanted to. And yeah, IUDs are weird because it's like a copper pipe just shoved up into your cervix.
Oh yeah,
And,
that's
Yeah,
an
that's
IUD.
Whatever
Dino
my-
Crisis. She has an IUD
Oh,
because
Dino
because these dinosaurs. If you get attacked by the dinosaurs, they rape you, and the idea you have to shoot the dinosaurs off you. It's a crisis.
Oh man.
Sounds like
you
kind of
know how
like a
it's a good
Kegel
game.
simulator.
The do you guys play Turok the Dinosaur Hunter?
I like Turok. Turok was a cool
Yeah.
game.
That shit
Yo,
fuck.
I had a friend who played the Turok game for the PS2, and he was like ranked like 21st in the world at the game. This is like in the year like 2009 or something, and I was like, that's eccentric, but acceptably
Very much
impressive.
so.
Yeah.
Because
Is
that game
that?
came out in what, like 2001, I think.
I'm gonna be like
Like
top 25 in the world, bro, of Turok.
the graphics on that game were fucking dog. I mean, like
It's actually
by
pretty
today's
impressive,
standards, they're dog shit.
no matter how obscure the game is. I mean, 25 in the world. Like,
Yeah,
you can
exactly.
imagine they'd all be in Korea.
You're up. You're up against thousands and thousands and thousands of people, potentially millions, like who all want to master Turok on PlayStation 2.
You know,
I never
one thing
played
I
Turok.
thought
I don't even know what it's about.
in 2016 they had a new game, a new Doom game came out, and my friend had the fucking Xbox One or whatever it was, and it kind of surprised me that there weren't more people that were playing the live. So because sometimes you'd have to wait for like 5 or 10 minutes, and I just assumed that everybody would be wanting to fucking play Doom, the new Doom, all the live long while. And then while I was on that network, I thought, well, why don't I try to play fucking Halo or one of the Halo 3? And like it was hard to find people who would play. But like back in like 2008, 2005, you would just jump on there and it's just fucking endless people playing Halo, the fucking live, Xbox Live. It's
They're
just
all your
weird.
friends.
And it's wild that these games though, like you don't even when you get the disc, it's not even the whole game. Like that's something I didn't realize until like a few years ago that like it's almost like you're just buying a chip that gives you or a disc that gives you the access to play the game, which is on the main Xbox Live server thing or library, whatever you fucking call it. That's fucked up. I mean, because you never and some of these games when they go off Xbox Live, they're not available to play to the thing you plug into. Then they're gone forever. You don't own the game even if you have the disc. So for me, that's new because I grew up on the cartridge where everything or the disc where everything was on your fucking you owned it, and now I don't think you don't really own the games.
Yeah.
Is that accurate?
That was a big controversy about like 5 years ago.
Well, I stopped playing video games. So for me, like when I found that out, it kind of blew my little mind. It's still blowing my mind, and that's why I'm still talking about it. And to me, that's a scary, spooky story.
Because you don't have like property rights to your digital media. And you feel like you need to be able to play your games whenever you want. Yeah.
You should be able to, and they actually should be barred from taking it out of the library. You should always be able to play these
an
games.
entitled attitude or anything. I paid
When you pay for
$30.
it, to own it, then you should fucking own it, and they can store it and run it. But they can
Imagine the amount of work, like the amount of pure like man hours that goes into making a game.
It's automated. I mean, when it's up there, they're not doing work to keep it up there. I mean, they have a few technicians or whatever.
Oh, yeah, it seems like an entitled attitude. Like I paid $60 for this game that like 400 people worked around the clock to make, and they're deciding to recall it because they don't feel like it's good enough. And it's not like they're not going to give you a refund. I mean, this kind of reminds me of like these people that say that if you work in the restaurant industry, like if you don't make enough tips, then you get paid below minimum wage, and it's literally not true at all. Like they're legally obligated to pay you at least minimum wage.
This reminds me when you bought the Blu-ray, and you're like, well, actually, I bought a Blu-ray, and then you scolded me because I bought something that I could keep and own and enjoy again for near infinity.
I scolded you. I don't even remember this, but I scolded you because you bought something and you could have just gotten it for free.
What? Oh, when I could have just watched it online.
Yeah, or pirated it.
But I'm just saying, like, well, you're saying that I'm entitled because I want to be able to enjoy something that I bought.
Well, yeah, because of how much you paid for, what an actual game is. I'm just trying to illustrate to you, like, it kind of like comes off entitled. I mean, yeah, sure, like they promised you, like, this is what you get if you buy the game, but it's also in the fine print on the back, like, by the way, like, if at any time you were to not
I
have, like,
can't
the proper
read
clearance.
that.
No, guys, I just had a
Can't read the fine print?
I just had a random idea that I want to discuss with you. When you're done discussing what you're discussing now, though, but
Just spit it out.
all right. So my idea is this, right? It's a modern relationship concept. So, like, let's say in the modern world, in the world of social media, right? You meet a new girl, and you decide you really like this girl, and you want to start a serious relationship with her, and you want to build a life with her and everything. So you decide, well, if that's the case, then I don't want to keep any secrets from this woman. And you tell them, I will give you full access to my social media account, but you can't judge me for anything I did or said online before we started before we started dating. Like, would you
It's
consider something
impossible.
like that?
Well, dude, no, like, I mean,
It
of
won't
course,
work.
people they would accept it first, but it's not going to work because if they see anything that they disagree with, they're going
Like,
to
what
resent
would
you for
they
that.
what would they see that they like? If I mean,
I don't know.
if
If
they
someone's favorite
really
humor,
wanted to be with you, like, what could they possibly see that would really
yeah, but
turn them
like
off?
what they saw could possibly make them not want to be with you anymore, and it could be
And
something
what
as
if it was
simple as
a
being bored.
mutual deal? Like, what if, like, I'll offer this for you if you give me the
I,
same thing?
why would you ever accept then? You want
But
somebody
what
to look
if
through your messages?
but that would be pretty fun. Like, just like seeing a whole
Ah,
person. Like, what if it was even confined to just Facebook?
like a narcissistic part of me would be like, yes, look, of all my documented ideas,
No,
behold for free. Yes.
that would be pretty fun though. Like, to see a whole person's life on Facebook and to show them yours. Like, that would be a pretty, like, unifying experience if I like if
I
by
feel like
the
that would be a divisive experience, and
I'm
it would
just
ruin a
saying,
lot of
yeah,
relationships.
exactly. If, like, by the end of it, they don't actively, like, they're repulsed by you, and you're not actively repulsed by them. That's a winning dynamic right there, in my opinion.
Unrequited love is winning.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, that if both parties could do that in modern times, where it's like, I'll show you my messages if you show me your messages, and
It's like,
then
okay, so I understand like the logic behind it is like you want to be truthful with your SO,
not
right?
truthful. It's
You
not
don't want to like
about
keep any
it,
secrets
it's
from them.
about it's about like truly strengthening connectivity. Like, literally broadening the
Yeah,
fucking
and being honest with somebody makes them feel more comfortable around you because they don't feel like you're gonna
and vice
manipulate them.
versa. Because, like,
Mm-hmm.
think about it this way, like, it's not usually like a guy who's closest with his wife. It's usually the guy who he's in a foxhole with, or the guy that he's sharing a prison cell with. It's when, like, all bets are off, you have nothing
Sounds
to
a little
lose.
gay.
But it's true. It's like when you have nothing left to lose, who's ever next to you, you're just gonna let it all out, and they're probably in the same predicament, and they're gonna let it all out. And that's really what it comes down to. It's like
Yeah, proximity.
proximity and comradeship, and comradeship only comes when you both have to watch each other's backs from, like, imminent danger.
Comradeship.
Yeah,
This guy is
comradeship.
carrying the show, Adele. No, I'm just,
How?
Comradeship.
Wait,
camaraderie.
what if it was two? Okay, a couple, but you don't get access to each other's. You get access to another couple's all their shit, and that couple gets access to all your shit. So you know each other's secrets like that, and then you can do more infighting or more.
See
It'll be more
what Chris is
combative,
doing
more of a
here.
sport.
Chris is virtue signaling, saying like, I ain't got nothing to hide.
Everybody does, especially chicks, and especially all their
Even though he would never agree to
DMs.
it. I mean, I know that he would never agree to that because all of us have something. Like, I don't think she would appreciate seeing what. No, I'm not gonna bring that up. I was gonna say some like stupid gossip, but whatever.
I would agree to it, but then I know that I would fucking lose it. I mean, I'm sure whatever I would see, like if it was any of the chicks that we talked to in our group chats, and let's say I was got into a relationship with them, it'd be all fucking Kane dick pics.
Yo, if this were The Office, I would be Michael Scott, and Kane would be Ryan, I think.
Ryan, I would rather be Dwight.
No,
Honestly.
you're Ryan, dude. You are so Ryan.
Which one's is Ryan the one who fucks the receptionist?
Yeah, I don't know who Ryan is.
You don't know who Ryan is? One of the writers of the show, BJ Novak.
Yeah, not ringing a bell.
He's the young guy.
Oh,
He's the one who started as a temp.
Oh, the temp. Okay, yeah, I know who you're talking about. But
Yeah,
what? Why? He's
cause
like kind
that
of like soft spoken and quiet and just sort of, you know. Well, I
he's
don't. He
kind of
doesn't really have much
he's
of a
kind of like the
personality.
Schmeagle. He's like the Gollum of the show.
no, he's the tragic fucking millennial of the show. The whole point of his character is to showcase how, like, a millennial can enter into a field with such high hopes and then be just turned out, like, brutally by the corporate landscape, and then just be turned into a fucking sick sociopath, worse than
He
Michael
went. He
Scott.
wants. So now you're calling me a sociopath. No, he went in with the high hopes of it being like the UK office and then being severely disappointed
Pretty
because
much.
yeah, because the US office sucks,
Does it?
especially now. Yeah,
No, I mean, didn't the
it's
show,
too
like,
cheerful. It's not cynical enough. It's not bleak.
I thought the
And
UK office was way more bleak, right?
yeah, and that's what made it such a great show. It's because it was real. Like the office, nobody acts like that.
Yeah, the American office is a little
Hmm.
Hollywood for sure.
Yeah, nobody would act like that.
But the
Or in 30 Rock.
UK office is pretty like it's
I can see
awkward.
that happening.
Yeah, it's
It's,
awkward to the rawest degree.
well, I mean, it's cringy, but within believable limits. Like, you can believe that these things would happen. It's just the fact that the boss is kind of like a megalomaniac, like micromanaging everybody, and like also wants to be a comedian slash singer, and is like subjecting his employees that just want to like get through the day. And yeah, but he does it in a way that's like less, yeah, like Michael Scott. I don't even know how he got hired, just like being like how he is. And I'm taking this from only seeing like one or two episodes of The Office, but like Ricky Gervais, like yeah, I can actually like see like a middle management person like doing something like that and getting away with it. Like I used to work at Target and I had a boss like Ricky. You know, like organize Christmas functions and try to like get everybody together. Like nobody wants to have a social life with the other employees.
If
Like
you
we
don't
just want
come
to
to
get.
this, I'm gonna revoke your days off. And you're like, well, fuck. Then I guess I'm coming to your stupid fucking party, you son of a bitch.
Is
Mhm.
that from the British one or from the U.S.
That's just from
office?
life. That's literally
In
life.
my
Like,
life.
yeah, when you work at a shitty retail spot and then your management's like, we're gonna throw a function. It's a team building function and a celebratory one for a great quarter we had. So we all have to show up. And if we don't, well, there
The
will be.
upside, the upside to jobs like that is they usually pay pretty well. Like I've never had like a job at a gas station where you had to like have little seminars with the other employees.
I worked at a sporting goods store and they had to do that shit.
Really, it's like it's
Yeah.
Grace's birthday today. You're coming? You're coming.
Yeah, we go
Yeah,
to
I
And
we
think.
go to Applebee's and stuff. It was nice though. You know, made me feel like I had work friends, but I didn't care about any
Yeah,
of those people.
mhm.
so a friend once told me, said, whatever you do, don't make work friends or don't hang out with them after work. And I kind of poo-pooed that, but then I ended up like working at a place for almost a decade, and I just ended up like drinking with these fucking people that I normally would never have, been friends with. Not that I don't dislike them or think less of them, but it was just very, it just, when
It's like
people
George
are.
Costanza. He had to keep his worlds apart. Got to keep your food separate.
But I didn't
Otherwise, they
do
start.
that. I fucking intermingled the whole thing, and then before I know it, I'm going to work, and then I'm like partying and drinking and smoking weed or whatever the fuck with people from work, and it just and then a decade just flew by, I kind of regret it a little bit.
So hence the theory that you should keep your worlds apart.
Yeah, you should, or
Hmm.
yeah, or just don't have a
I
job,
usually
and then
turn
you
to
can be friends with
Seinfeld for all of my
everybody.
life lessons.
Oh, so they said that in that what episode was that? What season?
Like I know the exact season and episode.
Wait,
What
are you
episode
talking about
number?
girls?
It was like Susan was trying to hang out with Elaine, and like they're trying to be gal pals, and I forget like what the episode was, but like George would be like laying on the couch, and Susan would come in and be like, "Oh, Elaine is supposed to be calling me today," and like George would just look up and be like, "Elaine," and then you can see like his nerves firing, and you can see his whole world is collapsing around him. He's like losing control, and yeah, because like you don't want like your friends and your girlfriend like kind of intermingling behind your back. I mean, that's just like, kind of weird. Like that's why
Oh,
like it was weird. Like back when I had a girlfriend, back when I was still like dating and like doing the whole human LARP.
Before you were
Like she,
asexual.
of course, before I was asexual. I mean, I may have been back then, but I don't know. I was pretending. But she wanted to be friends with my friends, and yeah, I tried like my very best to keep her separated from them. Like there was this one time that she came over to my apartment and they were going out to the pool, and it was like a really intense confrontation where they're like, "Come on, Kane, come on out to the pool. Bring Grace. Let's go to the pool. It's hot outside. Let's go cool off at the pool." And I'm like, "I don't want to go to the pool." And I did, but I really didn't want us all to have our clothes off and around each other because they're all Marines and I'm like a skinny, lanky skeleton man. And I knew that I was black pilled even back then. I was like, no, no, she is gonna cheat on me if she sees me without
You're gonna mog
all,
this shit out of me.
all of my armor. See, I mean, sure, I would height mog them, but still, like she could see the muscular density. So I was like, no, and I felt like that was also kind of like a good thing to say because it asserted my dominance in the situation. Like I'm not just gonna relent and say yes just because I want to be a people pleaser. But it kind of backfired because she was like, "Well, you're just an asshole," and I was like, "Yes, that's right. Isn't that sexy to you?" That's sexism.
And then did she end up dating the guy who insisted that she come to the pool with you guys? To go to
She
the pool?
may. This is one of my nightmares. She may have ended up having sex with him after that, and he was my best
Oh
friend at the time.
I
He
knew
may
it. I
have.
knew it.
It's very unlikely that that happened, but it's something that is possible. Even though they didn't even like each other. Like she just wanted to get close to him to piss me off, pretty much, because she knew I didn't want them, talking to each other.
Yeah, I guess that's always the dangers, when you're with somebody and you're young, and then you have friends,
That's
and
why,
then there's
look, that's why I'm telling you, it's better to be the lone wolf. Don't get too close to any single group of people or a single person, and just respect everyone as their own fucking entity with agency, and then we're just collaborating. And then we gotta play nice if we're gonna do that right?
right, and no girlfriends, only prostitutes, escorts.
No, you could have girlfriends, but they're their own.
Nah, man, nah, man,
Those are what
nah,
I like to call
man.
one night girlfriends. Those are temporary girlfriends. Did I tell you about how we broke up? Like what led to it?
Oh,
Well, me and her mother had a pretty bad spat that precipitated our breakup because she
Her
wouldn't
mother.
She was like a registered nurse, and she wouldn't let me. Like, hated me from the beginning. I don't know why. I think she just knew like what I was.
She just knew you were trouble, dude.
I wasn't like bringing like shady characters over to the house. I was just like, "Hello, I'm here to fuck your daughter."
You're like Justin
Like,
Timberlake in those gangster movies.
I'm glad we have an understanding. But no, like I tried to like portray myself as like an old hipster type, and she just saw right through it. But eventually, she like came up with a reason to like ban me from the house, which was their cats escaped from the house one time. And they said like, you were in the house and you left and you let the cats outside, and I had to go collect the cats, so you're never allowed back here again. Grace just like she was kind of a pushover. She just went along with it.
Nah, she
And
knew you fucking. She knew you took part in like group robberies and shit.
my parting message to her mother was a picture of a black burn victim with the caption K-Den.
what?
And that was my send off.
Oh my god, you tasteless fuck.
Okay, you're
That was
saying
what was so funny about it, is because it was so tasteless, considering we had actually kind of a rich relationship up to that point, despite us hating each other. It was just like it was out of necessity, we had to like forge some sort of mother-son relationship that was like clearly not present, but it was for show. For
so. Wait,
Grace.
it was it
And
was a
she,
it was a
Grace may or may
photograph
not,
of a burn victim.
she may or may not have been retarded. She went to like a retard school in
Huh.
Vermont. It's called Landmark College. But yeah, I'll answer your question. Yeah, it was a burn victim. It was just like it's a meme I found on 4chan, and I was like, yeah, that's funny. Like, I don't really put much thought into it. I just collect things. And I was like, yeah, I mean, that's, in certain contexts, that could be funny, shock value, and whatnot. You always gotta have a good supply of reaction images.
Damn, dude. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that relationship didn't work out for you, dude. Especially with the
It
girls.
did.
mom
It
and
did.
all.
It did actually. I mean, like we were together for 4 years, so it ended at the perfect time, like right as we were starting to hate each other. So
That's understandable. It's like
it
you.
was
It's,
actually,
it's almost like you know what it's like to be married already.
yeah, and that's why I'm asexual now. I'm retiring.
You're retiring from like romantic connection.
Well,
Yeah,
now
there's
that
no
you're
point. I know
asexual,
it now. Like,
can we be
why?
with her?
Why would I want to do that? And having known how painful it is, and also like, what am I going to look forward to? The same things, just coming out of a different person. It's like, wow, this person makes me feel so good when they pay attention to me. It's like I understand that. So why am I going to like attach so much regard to like this one person who, if they leave my life, I'm going to be emotionally crippled.
Yeah, but
So
that's the
it's like
ultimate.
it contributes to your lone wolf theory.
But that's the ultimate pussy magnet. Like eventually girls are gonna like catch on. Like eventually there's gonna be some girl that's like, even if she thinks the lowest of you, she's gonna be like, this hot girl is gonna be like, I want to make bad decisions tonight, and that boy looks like a bad decision. I'm gonna go talk to him, and then she
That was my
like,
last.
and
That
she
was
could
the
be, and she
last
could be
person I
like,
fucked.
and she could
Actually,
be a hot ass girl, and she could be like, well,
she was
he
hot.
like
Makes
she's
sense.
gonna, and she's gonna be like, he's fucking with me right now. He keeps telling me he's what is this, asexual. This is bullshit.
It's a challenge.
I gotta crack this shell, you know? And that's
Because well, yeah, they're all inherently narcissistic and selfish and think like, what do you mean asexual? I'll be the one to convert him.
so
It's
then
like no, no,
you
no.
know your own like admission to asexuality is in itself just another tactic because it's gonna work whether you want it to or not.
I'm not admitting that. It's just like kind of a that's
But
one fact of the story that I'm
But it's
saying.
gonna
Well,
happen, and you know that.
but
no,
where's
I
Grace?
might temporarily become not asexual and then return to being
Oh
asexual.
my
What am I
god,
not allowed to change my mind?
isn't that convenient? No, you're
Where's
allowed.
Well, yeah.
Grace?
No, you're allowed to change your
But
mind.
at least it's not as like underhanded as like pretending to be gay or transsexual, because that's like
No.
revolving your whole
It's
right. You're
basically
changing your whole life in
it's
your first position.
basically setting your own value too. It's like, no, I don't want to have sex with anyone. If you change my mind about that, well, that's on you. You
Because
know,
yeah, girls, they think they're so sexy they can just like make a rock into a person, like they can make
it's
their
like it's
breasts
like a more
conduct
it's like a
magic.
more tangible challenge than like turning a gay guy straight. It's like turning an asexual guy sexual. It's like, oh, I could do that. You know, like
And it's like a toy that she can't have.
Can we add Grace on social media?
who's Grace?
I thought Grace was the name of his ex-girlfriend.
Hmm.
That's a cool name. That's very
Well,
it's very biblical.
you know, we kind of like separate. Like we left initially on, you know, it wasn't amicable, but we eventually reconciled and became like kind of respectful towards each other. So I don't want to like bring her into this.
Does
So I
she
won't
have,
say the
did
last name
Can I bring her into this?
if you can find her.
Is she on your friends list?
She's not. I mean, my last account got deleted, so I don't have any more IRLs.
What can we get her on the Terrorisk podcast
Why?
for therapy?
I don't think she would agree with it. Hey, Grace, by the way, you want to come on my ironically alt-right
Wait,
podcast? It's not really ironic.
is she what's it called? Does she have kids?
No, she works at a nail salon, I believe. Or she's unemployed. Same thing.
That would be a funny story. It's like world famous Kane, the podcast comes and swoops in. He's like, "Hey, Grace, you didn't think you pull up in like a Lamborghini?" And then she's like,
I
"Wow."
would be utterly unable to relate to her at this point. I'm not, like a completely different person than I was.
I miss her. I think that you guys should have a podcast together.
But yeah, that would be
You-
really
you missed
funny.
me.
That would be funny if she
You
was like,
insane.
"Well, Kane, you know what? I've been through some shit too. All right, I picked up a few things."
I picked up
Like,
a
I'm
couple
sure
of
you did,
BBCs.
Grace. I'm sure she picked up plenty of things.
and she's
What?
like, I'm not necessarily the same small town girl you knew back then. And then you're like, well, I'm not the small town boy either. And then you both ride off into the sunset in your crazy Bonnie
Well,
and
I
Clyde.
actually am. I actually am the same exact thing, the same exact person that I was back then. Like now, she is the same person, but with HPV. So, and this is from
Oh.
stalking her Tumblr.
Oh no, you stalking Tumblrs? Wait, she has a
I have
Tumblr.
this is why I won't date anymore, because I'm obligated to stalk their Tumblr for the rest of their lives. Like
If,
so,
if they
I have to
have
stalk
a
Eva and Grace.
if they have a Tumblr, that's already red flag number one. First of all,
Is it?
yeah,
Who
dude.
who updates it? I haven't. Man, I guess I know some people do, but really, no, because Tumblr is even more censorship prone than Instagram is.
I think it's worse than that. It's a bad community. It's a
And
really
nobody uses it.
Well, Tumblr, they don't have porn on there anymore, which is like the only reason anybody would want to go there for like the BDSM porn and shit. So I guess there's like a few loyal, you know, the people that were just addicted to Tumblr to like beyond repair, and she's included in that camp. So she's not gonna leave it. She's just
fucking
gonna complain on it constantly.
fucking Tumblists, mate. What can I say?
I'm attracted to BPD women. What can I say?
Oh no, don't say that.
I am though. I mean, they're exciting, and I
What's
mean,
so exciting about them? What do they offer that's so exciting?
take a guess compared to somebody without BPD.
Pussy?
Oh,
So
drama.
you see no different. Yes, the drama, the highs and the lows. It's like a bipolar relationship.
Oh, so
It's very small.
you prefer that over a person who functions normally?
It's very tumultuous, but I feel like it works in a way to keep the passion, like at that initial honeymoon phase. Like whereas with a normal person, like that passion dies out,
Listen,
and
Kane,
then you're just left like with like a
the way I
functional
see
mate.
it, in
And the
any
mate that might as well just be a cat.
the
Like why
way I
even have
see
that?
it, in any balanced relationship, there's only room for one fucking weirdo, and you're the fucking weirdo. So you have to find someone who's normal, who keeps you grounded, like a rock to tie the kite to. Otherwise, you float off to God
I'm
knows
not a
where.
weirdo. I'm
Yes,
not a
you
weirdo.
are. No,
You're
you're
the
the
weirdo.
fuck. You are the weirdo. I'm the weirdo, and so
You're
is Vic.
strange.
No, we're connected because we're weirdos. So you have to find a girlfriend that doesn't necessarily connect like we do because that's toxic for romance. You know, we provide the counterbalance to romance. You have to find romance in the exact opposite of that.
In the land of weirdos, a weirdo is normal. It's my
Yeah,
pseudo
you need a
fraternity.
fucking a fucking farm chick in overalls.
Because listen, think about it this
That'd be
way.
hot.
The normal girl wants weirdness in her life. She can't be fully normal without at least one element of weirdness, just to provide counterpoint, right? Same thing with a weird guy. He can't be healthily weird 24/7 unless he has some kind of counterpoint to keep him grounded, and that's the normal girl. That's what you got to do. We can't look for this fucking.
I don't
like,
think any girl wants a weird boyfriend.
we can't find a manic pixie. Yes, they do. The manic
No, they
pixie.
don't. They want a normal boyfriend they can show off to their friends.
No,
and be like, look how normal he is.
no,
compared to
no,
your
no,
weird
no, no,
boyfriend.
no, no. The manic pixie dream girl wants like fakes it, like she wants. I want someone weird like me, but then she finds a weird guy like her, and then she fucks him over and goes for some normal bland guy, while the weird guy is left there learning his lesson. Well,
So that's
I can't
like
go
a
for a.
repression thing. Is what you're talking about. It's like
No,
normal
it's-
people will be like.
It's about counter.
secretly kinky.
It's about counterpoint. It's about balance. It's about finding the balance in your opposite.
Well,
It's the
the
yin to
essence of
your
what you're
yang.
saying.
It's the yin to your yang. It's the yang to your yin.
That doesn't make any. No, like psychology today has disproved that actually. Opposites attract is
Fuck
like
psychology. I'm talking about the soul, man.
it's an erroneous notion. You have to
I'm
be
talking. I'm
similar
talking
to your
about. I'm talking about
mates.
magic. I'm talking about voodoo.
You're talking about that stringing them along,
About
Let's talk
that
about that.
booty though.
being that the fisherman, big game fisherman.
I'm talking
Just trying to
about.
coax them
watermelon
in.
I'm just talking about love, baby.
So that dance, the relationship between you and the fish.
Yo,
Big old dindu.
you know, be awesome right now. Honestly, this is my dream right now. Just for these next few minutes, if three of us were like at like a huge radio station and we had like the midnight block from like 12 to like 4 a.m. We would just be on like going from song to song, talking segment. We just come in like, boom! It is 3:30 a.m. The weather is 74 degrees Fahrenheit. We don't have much news for you except for some brief traffic reports said by that girl that we don't know the name of. And the next song is going to be some bullshit by Nirvana, but apparently you love it. So let's play. And we just go on, and that'll be.
For those of you turned off of Compound Media by Nick Mullins, by his berating of Anthony Cumia, we are a prime alternative. Compound Media.
Yo,
That
that-
sounds like what that would do. Like, I mean, it sounds like more like an Opie and Anthony thing. Like a
That'd be
12 to
awesome
4
too,
spot.
dude. I would love that. I would love to be
It's
a
like-
radio DJ, a local FM major radio frequency.
Our demographic is just like a bunch of kinky, like freak truckers. And then they would understand what we're talking about because they're truly weirdos. And their relationships consist of a series of lounge, or what are they called? Lot lizards? Yeah, I was about to say lounge
Yeah.
lizards.
Prosties.
Lot lizards.
Ladies of the night.
That's a new one. The truck stop ladies. Yo, I bet they have some dank ass food in some of those truck stops though. No?
Oh yeah, they do. Yep.
Stay away
Like
from the egg
QT.
sandwiches.
So egg sandwiches? What, like the waffles, the eggs? Is it the egg that's bad?
Yeah, I learned this from Futurama. Fry got space worms from eating a space sandwich in a space gas station.
Well, I'm
You know, just as fish out of water type of thing.
I'm down to try some truck stop food. I've stopped by some truck stops, but I never really tried. I would always drive like a couple miles ahead and get like a Waffle House or some shit. And I like Waffle House. Waffle House is cool, yo. Those workers seem so relaxed and so stressed at the same time. You know what I mean?
I've never been there.
You never been to Waffle House?
No.
We got to take you to a Waffle House, but you got to go like.
I'm not a big fan of waffles. I like pancakes. I go to
But they
IHOP.
don't. The thing is about Waffle House, they don't just have waffles. Like they have other items, and they're open 24/7.
Yeah, but the Waffle House makes it seem like it's the main course. And if I get something different, like the
I'd never
waitress
get
would be
waffles
Like,
at
oh, well,
Waffle House."
you got to be different and get the eggs.
When I go to Waffle House, I always get corned beef hash, a side of toast, and I get fucking do I get eggs Benedict? I think they have eggs Benedict.
Yeah, you do. You do that.
I do like me some eggs Benny, if you know what I'm saying.
Shit.
I know what you're saying, Nick.
You like
What about corned beef and hash?
I just said that's what I order, a side of corned beef and hash. I love that shit.
Or what?
Get
What's
that
that other
beans
one? A
and
Texas
cornbread,
hot
man.
beef? You guys do that? Like it's Texas. It's hot beef. It's the hot beef with the potatoes on top of a Texas toast with the gravy. Oh, what's up?
I love the gravy. I love it when it's creamy white gravy.
I love food talk. It's very interesting. I like this. I like that. It tastes good.
I like
When
a
I eat it.
pizza with the pepperonis.
I like when something tastes so bad you have to give it to your homies just so they know how bad it is. You're like, yo, bro, you gotta try this.
Yo, we gotta try this dog shit I found on the ground. This shit tastes terrible, man.
I just
Yo,
tried
Yo, eat this
some.
dog shit. They're like, well, I guess I have to eat it. I don't believe you. So I have to eat the dog shit. Oh yeah, it does taste terrible because it's shit that came out of a dog.
Yeah, that's why it's the most fun. When
Unlike
it's
human
like,
shit, which is
that's
delightful.
that's why when it's the most fun when it's something like totally unexpected. Like try this beet dish made from Russia, and and as you try this Russian beet dish and it tastes horrible, and you're like, oh, this is just mayonnaise and vegetables.
You know what I always hated but never tried? Shepherd's pie. It just looks like diarrhea to me.
Oh, this is great. It's like a chicken pot pie, but with like shepherd stuff in it. Potatoes,
Shepherd
peas.
stuff.
The texture was like, yeah, I didn't want to get near it. And I was like, that looks like that's toxic.
Nah, you want to know the worst thing I enjoy?
It's like one of those instinctual reactions you have. It's
Dude.
like agor. No, what is it called? Trypophobia. Yeah.
I know I'm a sick.
one of those.
I know I'm a sick fuck because I enjoy tripe. You ever have tripe?
Oh, tripe's great. Yeah, the intestine. That's the intestine, right?
The stomach, I think, or the intestines.
Yeah, it's like your pho or any of the like ramen they'll put it in.
Yeah.
Love
This
it.
is where humans just need to die and go extinct already. Like, what kind of logical being says like, oh well, let's ignore all this fat and meat and blood and all these things that have, the ancient history provided us with all the nutrition we need. Let's go for the intestines where the shit goes through. Let's just empty out the shit and rinse it off, and maybe this will be good.
Yo, the way you got to use the whole animal, man.
It's good.
Like, that's what they do in Africa. Whenever they kill a gazelle, they have to turn the skin and the broken bones into a makeshift soccer ball. It's more of a bag, really. Yeah. Kick it back and forth to each other. It saves money that they don't have. I don't know. Does Africa have currency? Yeah, they do. That's a dumb question.
Does Africa have currency?
Yeah, flies.
Yeah, mud cakes.
They trade bottle caps like in Fallout.
No, man, you've seen those commercials in Africa where they show the affluent, rich African kids and like they're flaunting their wealth by being covered in flies. You know what I mean? Because that's their currency.
Literally,
What, flies?
Lord of the Flies.
I don't think there are any black people in that movie.
No, there aren't. There aren't. There should be at least one black kid, right? In Lord of the Flies.
I'm glad we discovered this in woke America. This needs to be said.
If there was a Netflix version of Lord of the Flies, there would be all sorts of kids. They would have girls. They would have boys.
I wonder how they do that. It's directed by Jordan Peele.
Yeah, Jordan Peele, Lord of the Flies. That's a good one. That's it.
Production.
I feel like he's kind of backfiring. He's trying to like make black people more human, and it's just like making them seem like if you meet a black person, you're gonna be part of like a horror movie plot soon. So,
Yo, did you ever watch some of those movies? Like, I think some of them were good. I liked Get Out.
dude,
I haven't
you see
seen-
the
I
the
haven't
commercial
seen it.
for Nope? It just came out.
Oh my god, yeah, it's another one of those movies. I'll watch it though. I'll probably enjoy it. I think. I hope I do.
Just love the subtle ebonics there. Nope, I ain't watching that.
Oh, hell no.
Nope.
That shit crazy.
But I like they use that song, the song by E40, the Nope. Yep. So I mean, whatever. I want E40 to make a fucking $1 million off of selling the song off of that film. So
Fun
I
fact,
could do
I've
it.
never actually said the word nope until today. I haven't
Nope.
typed it out. I've never even typed it.
Not even as a child.
I hated the association that I had with Reddit. So
Yeah.
I'll go out of my way to say no or nah.
I'm gonna
Yeah, no,
nope
nope is
right
not.
out of that situation.
Exactly. This is what I use to actually like make people like seem lesser than me. I'll be like, well, he just said nope, so I guess I can write him off. Like if I'm pissed at them or something, like I'll just use that. It's like the pettiest reason.
Nope.
Nope.
That's petty.
Well, this guy, he must frequent Reddit. That must be it's pretty telling of his character, I can say.
Yo,
I can thin slice and make these kind of intuitive judgments.
I got a note today on my front door.
What's that?
A note today from one of my neighbors that said, "This isn't a studio. Please turn the music down and be considerate. This is a residential space," because I was playing music too loud.
You remind me of my old roommate Chris, who would do the exact same thing, except his music sucked. Like he would work on the same track for, like I used to. Well, Never mind.
That's what
But
no,
yeah,
but
it was
no, but yeah, I get it. Like that's what it's like to live with the person who works at their home because like
because they don't get to hear the finished product until after they already hate the song and have hated it for
exactly, yeah,
months.
yeah, yeah. That's why I don't mind doing it when I live alone. When I lived with roommates, I would never bother to show my roommates a song because they'd be like, "Yeah, yeah, I know that song. It's okay," like because like they get it. So I'm like, now that I live alone, it's a lot better.
Well,
But
it's just that, yeah, it's the threat of having them not like it. So I just want to avoid that entirely.
so now I'm at the point where I'm about to soundproof my whole room by adding like the foam and shit, line the walls.
I gotta get some of that shit. I need that. Or that's just
What?
to make me feel comfortable.
So you could
Like what?
fuck a bunch of girls, and then like your roommates won't hear you.
Yeah, I'm like Boomhauer. That's the kind of lifestyle I lead. I mean, you probably can
I love how
tell.
you always say like that's the Boomhauer lifestyle, not the Quagmire lifestyle,
Well,
because it is the Quagmire lifestyle.
because King of the Hill is slightly more, hipster clout, I guess.
It's more highbrow for sure.
Yes, it is. I mean, it is. Like Mike Judge he was a physicist. That means he's a genius cartoonist. Oh, that's right, Victor. You make cartoons. What are you working
What?
on?
Wait, Mike Judge was a physicist? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Um,
he was a physics major.
I mean, the stuff that I'm working on is so as very niche, and it's in my universe of indie altcore, alternative press, small press, comics with an X kind of shit. So it's hard to relate it to other people unless people were listening to this were familiar with my scene or whatever it is. But
Your scene
uh
is just a convoluted way of saying black pill. I mean, those have sex shirts.
oh
Yeah,
yeah, have sex shit. I mean, well, that's universal. Then I guess I really haven't thought about it as much because the have sex shit, I've done it, and then it's hey, just go to victorcairo.com and fucking immerse yourself and have
Well,
sex stuff
yeah, an argument can be made that don't plug right now, not until we let you. Okay, you can plug, but
and drawings and yeah.
no,
it's
that's the whole
arguably
point.
racist because you're kind of like making fun of this
You ever heard of
kind of like black culture, like have sex and their
you ever heard of Electric
hypersexual beings.
Retard?
Yes, I love
No,
that comic. Yeah, Nick Mullen talked about it.
wait, who does Electric Retard?
Chris just wants to be Nick.
I do too.
Nick
I
the
don't. I can
Dick.
just emulate him. I'll
Nick
just
the
emulate him
Dick.
automatically.
Yo, but seriously,
I
you ever
I
see
have
some?
Nick.
Do you
I
like
compressed him.
Do you like Electric Dick? Electric Retard.
I watched it. I watched the scroll of the pictures from the first page. It was like, I don't know, 4 or 5, and I was like, yeah, that's kind of funny, I guess. It's like what you would see on B.
True, true, true. Be
Wait,
me.
So, yeah, it's
so
like very edgy.
it's a strip.
Yeah, it's like gore, but it's drawn, so I guess that's art.
Is it anime, Japan, or American?
It's Microsoft Paint.
Oh,
It's
she.
it's grassroots. That shit come from the hood.
I do have a soft spot for who is the you guys must be
I can't
familiar
believe
with the Dilbert shit.
we're plugging Electric Retard right now.
I've never heard of it
You are.
before, so it's news to
I
me.
am,
So
I
I
am,
mean,
I am.
It's
news
worth
to
plugging.
me.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I would like more people to be exposed to it. That'd be fun.
Did you guys ever see
I
the
just want
slam?
I
There's a
just want more people to
slam.
watch Hometown so that they can get your references. But
Here's
what were you
here's
saying?
it's a slam poetry. It's not a cartoon. It's video of a slam poetry session, and all the poets who are doing the slam poetry, or maybe it's just poetry, but they're all in varying degrees of intellectually challengedness. Or because I'm not, and also I mean not just mentally all on different levels, but they're all physically very defined and different. There's one guy. They have people with Down syndrome, like a couple with Down syndrome. Some are just they look kind of normal. The kind of mentally challenged person that looks normal but is obviously has half a brain or
All
half
right,
of an intellect.
I got a layer to that.
You got a bearded
How
lady.
about this? How about this? Every retard, right, gets paired with a famous actor to recite the poem that they're assigned retard rights.
I would love that, but
Like
I'm telling you,
Leonardo DiCaprio with like the half challenged person.
This makes
Meanwhile,
me want to flesh out my Monster House idea.
Julia Roberts gets like the really fucking blown out dude, and then she's like, "This is an unfair advantage."
well, but this is real. I'm not making this up as a concept. Like this is a video on YouTube,
Oh,
and it's one of the most amazing things I've ever seen in
I
my
thought you were
entire
just, I
life.
thought you were just coming up with something like this is a real thing.
No, I'll send you guys a link in the chat
Yeah,
after
I
this.
can
No,
believe
So
it.
you
It
check
sounds
it
like
out.
a reality
yeah,
television
no,
show
this is
fodder.
like some shit NPR would do, you know, where they would have a kid come up with dyslexia and make him like try to spell like big words, and they'd be like,
I
"Could
heard you brought
you?"
this up.
Yeah, yeah, I did, but it's like that. It's kind of like that. It's like, could you imagine being this fucking challenged? Like,
Yeah.
I am a werewolf. Oh, I mean,
I
shit like
like
that,
vampires.
dude.
Werewolves? Werewolves suck. I am a vampire.
There is, and they say that I'm a vampire. Like the one says, "I'm a werewolf." I'm a vampire.
no,
Oh!
because
I will suck your blood.
no, because
Watch
even
out, I will suck your blood.
no, because
Yeah,
Like a
even
Transylvanian
yes.
retard.
even mentally challenged people would understand the visceral instinct of fearing like those kinds of immortalized mutations. You know, like even they
Why would you
viscerally
fear
feel the fear.
vampires? Like, I'm excited by the prospect of vampires existing because it means that I could possibly live forever. if they
No,
were
but
vampires.
it's like saying the most frightening thing about like the uncanny valley instinct is that there's an evolutionary reason for us to fear something that looks like us but doesn't really.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Like a
trypophobia.
retard.
It's like yeah, it's like a genetic memory thing. It's like we see something and we're like, oh, okay, we have to like get away from this because it means poison or disease.
Yeah. But uncanny valley is like a ubiquitous thing. It's like where did that develop and why? Like that's kind of weird to think about.
Well, because something that's human but not quite, and it's like a half breed. So we don't want that around. You know, that might challenge us, might challenge our standing here.
Oh fuck.
Oh.
Yo, by the way, we're at the
Hey,
fini-
folks.
Dude, I was thinking about this the other day. All right, so dog breeds, they can have like a Rottweiler mate with a Chihuahua, right? So, what
No,
if?
they can't.
Well,
They're too big.
no, you can. You can make puppies.
How
for
do they
those
do
dogs.
that? Like, what do they do? Like, what is there? Do they let them go at it? Does it work?
Well,
Artificial
well,
insemination.
they have, yeah, or that. I mean, or you could just like hold the Chihuahua up next to the Rottweiler. Yeah.
Is that what they
Well,
do?
it's possible. I'm just saying the sperm will make the egg fertilized, and then it'll have like a fucked up dog baby, but it'll still be born. You know. So, I was saying like, what two species are the most different but could still create a baby?
Monkeys and humans.
Asians and blacks.
Yeah, I mean they are subspecies.
That's what my uncle said. That's what my uncle told me. I didn't.
Well, your
say that.
uncle is a damn racist man.
Well, see,
Whoa!
that's just part of wisdom, though. Like, as you get older and wiser, you
Okay.
should know this, Chris. You're a proponent of wisdom.
You
You
get
get what?
more racist the more
Yeah, well,
wisdom you acquire.
Just not necessarily because there's any truth to it. It's just funny to be racist.
Well, I don't think any
it
of us
feels
are
good
racist
to
here.
have
I think,
shitty racist thoughts sometimes.
everybody does, don't they?
Yeah, like that is universal.
I don't know if racist thoughts have to be seen as
No, that's
shitty.
proven. Xenophobia is like ubiquitous to humans. Like, why do you think the Japanese all look the same? And they just don't want it. And why do you think they're doing so well? It's because they haven't gotten
They're
the rights
not
to go.
doing that well though.
They aren't. Everybody wants to go there. We're infatuated with their culture.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they're doing well economically.
I mean, they have the highest life expectancy of like any other nation.
Yeah, but
We're the smartest nation.
But the value of their GDP is rapidly dropping.
What does that mean to me? I don't. What? You're
All
saying
right.
that like I care about that. Like that's an important thing.
What it what it really means is that for some reason they got so smart where they realized having kids is actually a stupid fucking idea, which is actually really smart on an individual level.
Yeah, exactly.
But what
Imagine a whole
happens?
nation that they embrace that.
Yeah, but
idea.
what happens is there's less of a labor force because to have an effective labor force, you need more uneducated young people to populate and multiply.
But
so that
social
they could,
programs are so good that you can have like hikikomoris living in their apartments for like 70 years.
their whole economy is basically propped up with third world labor essentially by the Chinese. Like without like the Chinese like mainland fucking labor, the Japanese economy would just collapse. Even most of Japan's
I don't think China's going anywhere.
I'm just saying most of Japan's technological resources even come from China. It's China that's the actual powerhouse.
China is the slave house.
Yeah, that's why they're the powerhouse.
They're the slave ship of the world.
Exactly.
They're rowing it.
They're like this totalitarian regime that has their people like round up together by force, and then just this mass of humans just like working towards like a focused goal. But then again, that's kind of unfair because there is more nuances to it. Like, yeah, the provinces all have their own beef and shit, but still, you know,
Like the
there's
government imposed that one-child policy because whenever a house consumed more food than it was creating profit, they're just like, no, you have no more kid. We kill your current
Hunan
kid.
beef.
exactly they'll send their
You
assassins
eat too
and
much.
sort it out. You know, like they're Chinese ninjas, they're chinjas.
I'd like to go there. Well, I mean, it's polluted apparently. Yeah,
Dude,
changes.
I would love to be the one to go to China, accompany you to China. Like we would
Well,
just
let's try to visit like Hong Kong or something. Like,
nah. Well, let's just go straight to China. Like fuck Hong Kong. Let's
let's just go to the country.
let's go to
The outback.
the Beijing, yo. Fucking the DC of of the
Let's
new
go to
Red State.
like northwest China where there's just nothing. It's like basically Kazakhstan.
That would be fun though. Like you would eat delicious food, I bet.
Hell yeah.
And they would all be
I'm
fascinated by you.
food.
They'd be like, this is like Prometheus. Like,
They would just take pictures of me while I'm dying of starvation.
look at look at this giant, tall guru man. He must be wise.
The white giant made it this far. Look at him. Prop him up. He'll bring good tidings to this harvest.
They'll take you to the sage, and then just like they'll shuffle me off to the nicest hotel room while you're in this like fucking oppressive like ritual state. And
What are you talking? They will kill you on sight because you're not their race,
No,
but you're Asian. That's how Asian xenophobia works. Yeah.
I'll tell them I work for CNN. I'll tell them I'm the press.
They'll be like, they'll just shake their head. Man,
but they won't kill
medical
me.
really going down the toilet.
But they won't kill me. They'll let me record them because everyone is vain, even those third world cultures.
I don't think so. I think some of them are actually like very averse to cameras being taken.
Some of
Like,
them,
they-
yeah, some of
I
them
think
will
that, like their
fucking-
soul is captured if you take a picture of them.
But if they'll accept a 6-foot white man into their community, they'll accept National Geographic or someone who poses as such.
It's 191 centimeters to you. Thank you very much.
Yo, by the way, we are at the finish line. We're past the time actually, and I'm ready
No,
to.
no, yeah, I'm still going. I'm fine.
No, we could still
What is
have
it?
we could still have our after hours little moments, you know, after I hit stop record.
Fellers, I need to actually get back. I gotta process some boxes and some things for packing and for eBay. I got sold some shit, so I need to get back to work.
Were you selling children's bones?
I'm selling bootleg action figures, old comics, and original artwork.
Why don't you
Oh,
plug
he
your
done bad.
Why don't you plug your eBay store? It's eBay / what?
I guess I don't know that. We just Google Victor Cairo and you'll find my whatever I have on there right now. Right now it's just knockoff action figures that I made. Like I made Barack Obama action figures, Shrek action figure, a Michael Madsen Reservoir Dogs action figure, and a few other things and
Which
comics.
Shrek movie
I
is
was-
your favorite?
I was just talking about Reservoir Dogs, and the most iconic scene is actually the most earliest scene in the movie, which is when they were talking about tipping.
Charlie Chan. Oh no, it's like you fucking.
Technically, the most iconic scene.
Yo, who would be the Mr. Like, I know I'd be the Mr. White. I feel like Kane would be like the Mr.
Pink.
Nah, that means Kane's the one who
Kane.
bitches about tipping, and I don't think Kane bitches about tipping. Do you, Kane?
I just don't tip. I don't bitch.
You don't tip?
I'm just there's no tip for you.
Why don't you
Sorry.
tip?
I'm not gonna have an argument about my lack of a tipping. I'm just telling you that I'm not tipping you because your service was it was fine. You know, you gave me the food, but like tipping is supposed to it's supposed to be for like an above and beyond. Like they're really trying to help you.
All right,
out.
dude, you definitely are Mr. Pink. Then you are Steve Buscemi from Reservoir Dogs.
It makes sense. I mean, why would you tip if? Like, why don't they just include it in the original price of the food? Like,
Do you
it's
remember
like you're forcing me to be
You
courteous.
know who Victor is? Victor is Nice Guy Eddie.
which one's that? I don't know which one that is.
He's still Bobo to me.
Oh, Nice Guy Eddie was the guy in the tracksuit while everyone else was wearing the suits. After
Hell
they left
yeah.
the diner. Yeah. When they were walking out.
There's a scene in that film where Steve Buscemi, when they're assigning them the names, he says, "Why, Mr. Pink? Why am I Mr. Pink? What does Lawrence Tierney say?"
I don't know. He's really dismissive, and he's just like, "Shut up, bitch." Why are you even talking about this? Yo, Mr. Pink. All right, there's no
He's like,
discussion. about it.
Why am I Mr. Pink?
Yo, Kane, this would
Because
actually
he's
be
a faggot.
Yo, Kane.
Yeah. Because Kane's a fag.
Yo, Kane, this would be a good.
I'll take that.
Yo, this would
Huh?
be a good candidate for a movie night on Carousel. Reservoir Dogs.
Let's do it right now.
All right, I'm down.
What's
So
what
I'm
is
gonna hit
carousel?
Caracal.
Caracal. Sorry, I keep mispronouncing. But anyway, I'm gonna stop the recording. Bye, guys.
All right, night guys. That was fun. Take care. Good night. See ya.
Not a
Bye.
last word, guy, I swear.